Yo, what's Papino? What's Papino? Zeke Black is in the building. Zeke Black is in the building. Feed the wolves, you heard? Today I got the old New York on because we're doing the old New York, you know, it's still official, you know. Shout out to my man from Don't Hide the Plug, you heard? Definitely, you know, mention your New York throwbacks. They got their hats and all that. Definitely, you know, new era 5'9" fitted, you know what I'm saying? What's poppin'? You back uptown with the Oyes, you heard? Jose and them, you know what I'm saying? Shout to the Oyes uptown. We back uptown, you heard? You see Black Feed the Wolves. She's back on the, you know, Pat Porter's being well versed. She's very well versed at these timelines that she's saying, that she's speaking about. I think the timeline's been all over the place and sometimes misconstrued, but she's hitting the timelines. And like I said, we're not glorifying the game. We're just telling you about the game. You know what I'm saying? But it was a different time. And it also was a different era of New York City. I can't speak about the other cities. I can just talk about where I'm from. We went yesterday. We stopped off in 1983. No, 85. It was in 85. Rich Porter goes to jail. Now, shout out to Pat Porter being well versed. Definitely shout out to, you know, rest in peace to Darnell. Rest in peace to Rich Porter. Now here go the most unique thing about this situation is that there's no mention of Alpo yet. Definitely. Charles Williams was popping. There's no mention of Alpo yet. There's no mention of him yet. His name is not ringing bells in her story yet. Alpo technically doesn't hit the storyline until now. And that's why we're doing this part of the story. Shout out to Vlad. But this is how we're going to... But let's take this back. Hold up. Let me bring that beat back real fast. Definitely shout out to my man. Now to just say it like they say, I love you and you're my homie and you're my friend, bro. But we was raised to move in silence. You know, big shout out to my man, Zeke Black, Double J, all them. You know, they used to tell me, you know, really Zeke Black, because Double J knew what time. Say it now to just say it like so definitely take it uptown with the Oyes. So we uptown, Washington Heights, Sugar Hill section. We back. Shout out to my man, Unique Maker Audio. Get in tune, get in touch. Do the right thing. The righteous. You know what I'm saying? The do's and the don'ts. This is what this show is basically about, the do's and the don'ts, right? So now we're going into 1986. What was going on in 1986? Because of she said her brother had 18 months, right? Rich Porter had 18 months. That means 18 months, what you do, a year out of that? You do 12 months out of 18 months, right? Good time, a year. So let's say he went to jail in 85, he came home in 86. What was going on in New York City in 1986? Well, in 1986, the New York Mets won the World Series. Shout out to the New York Mets. They won the World Series. And if I'm correct, a couple of Mets was on a disappearing act for their parade. I guess he said that was Strawberry, allegedly Keith Hernandez, and also Dwight Gooden, because there was a drug called cocaine, and I guess he got caught up partying. I don't know. It was a couple of men. You could Google this, but this was a fact in 1986. What else was going on in 1986 in the great city of New York City? Now remember, 1983, crack wasn't an issue. You heard what the mayor said. Murder rate is down. I played it yesterday on the last show. The murder rate was down, the homicides, the violence is down. He did not mention nothing about a drug problem in New York City. He didn't mention that. He just said certain other crimes is raised up in the ranks, but he didn't mention that. Now, what was going on in 1986 with Zeke Black, Feed the Wolves, was a different time. Definitely Dark Side TV was popping. It was a different time in these dirty, dingy streets of New York. And I told you, the police, they really wasn't chasing crack dealers around, but you had TNT. I ain't gonna front. TNT did their job. TNT was doing their job. But that's thank you to the guys in Queens. That now you talking about that. We're not going back to 89. We're staying where we at. TNT was doing their job. They were, the sweep vans was coming around doing their job, but it was still money to be made. And the TNT didn't really bag your block, you won. Heroin was still, even though crack was the party was taking was taking a turn. Heroin was still the one, was the it thing. Never left, but was still the it thing. Now, Pat Porter, she mentions a situation with her, with Rich Porter met Alpo when he came home from jail. This is what she says, his sister. So we're going by with her history. This is Pat Porter's real life, her version of Paid in Full, her version of the real Paid in Full, Pat Porter, his sister. She says that, you ever hear from herself, she says that that Rich Porter introduced Alpo to Azie when he came home from jail. So it had to be like 86, right? So now, we're talking about 1986. What was going on in 86? That must have meant that whatever Rich Porter was doing, he wasn't, if Rich Porter sold crack, it's because some of his mans probably wanted some grizzlies. But Rich Porter could have still been getting money with that dog food, which I believe that was his lane. I believe that was more so his lane because, again, they didn't sell crack personally. A never sold crack at that time personally. You know what I'm saying? Like if somebody took his work and he sold it that way, that's on them. But A himself, he didn't sell crack cocaine. He was always known as the weight man. Even when he had dimes and bottles, he was always known as the weight man. That was his name in the conversation. Yo, AZ got weight. He's the weight man. He got the plug. This is before he got on these DVDs and started saying he had the plug. Dude said he had the plug. And you know, when you're black, you're in New York City at that time, those are different pay grades. Because not too many African Americans was plugs. So you mentioned AZ. Yo, AZ got weight, you know. The Uniques that was uptown. Yo, they had weight. Like I said, uptown, whatever he was doing, but he's West Indian, they probably put him in the Jamaica. The Springlers, they got weight, you know. But not too many blacks. It wasn't a regular, like it was like a handful. Where when you speak about the Spanish and Latinos, there's so many of them, it's like there's Felipes and there's Little Louis, and there's Lupito, there's Raul's. It's too many. Too many to name that was middlemen and plugs. Now, the interesting part about the story was the jukebox is popping. We heard Manny Black in them. We heard about the Manny Black story. The jukebox is popping 145th. You already know, right by the bridge. You know, that 145th, where he was at by Lennox, across the street from that basketball court, Esplanade Gardens is down the block. When you walk across that bridge, you're in the Bronx. You're in the Bronx. For those that's not from New York that's listening to this, when you cross, there's a bridge right there on the 145th. Go to that corner, boom. Across the street's a basketball court. Go down the block. That's Lennox Ave right there. You know, you side blocks. So that's when you're going into best out blocks. You're going to NFL blocks. You're going to same game block. Or that on Lennox Ave. Going towards 140, 40th to 40 Wolves. That's all that West Side shit. When you cross that street and you go up the block, that's Esplanade. That's where Puff Daddy's from. That's where he was growing up. Before he moved to Mount Vernon, he lived in Esplanade. When you cross, there's a bridge. And from that bridge, you walk across the street, you're in the Bronx. That part of the Bronx is dirty, dingy, and dangerous. There's really nothing over there. But when you go towards the concourse, you keep going further up, you're in the terror zone. It's dangerous. It's really dangerous over there on those side blocks, like concourse. You already know, like y'all know, even by Yankee Stadium, y'all see the Yankees for out of towners. Y'all see that portion of the Bronx of the Yankee Stadium? That's down the hill. You go up the hill, that's you in the hood. Not really so much. That part of the concourse is weird, but it's definitely dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Yo, what's popping? Your Bucks was popping. Bucks, you need to pull up. Whoever want to pull up, I'm putting it in the joint, man. Because this is the conversation, you know, it's the ever, man. You know what I'm saying? Double shout out to the Bucks, man. You know, we all winning, man. It's a weed thing. You know what I'm saying? It's a weed thing. Heavy on the Gleeks. Heavy on the Glico. You heard? I told you I got the old New Yorker. We're going to get back to the get back. Get back to the get back. That's your Big Dice. Get into my man Big Dice Chronicles. You heard? Shout out to Brooklyn Finest. You know what I mean? Brooklyn, you heard? You know what I'm saying? Udine and all that. Udine and all that. You know what I'm saying? I think it's what's the saying, son, so you don't want to jail most of you dudes. You know what I'm saying? But back to the attack. You know what I'm saying? So in 86, the streets was changing. Crack cocaine's on the rise, but it's still a party drug. So you had people that were smoking crack that was still waiting. Because it was still cool. It was just different. Now, Rich Porter comes home. I just gave you, I'm giving it, because I got to remember that everybody I'm speaking to is not from New York City. So now, it's a different time right now, 1986. Now, let's see what the news had to say about the crack epidemic in 1986. Now, remember, 83, there wasn't an epidemic. He home, he brings, let me get back, he brings out, they bring Alpo to, now Rich Porter brings Alpo to A. Now, why didn't Alpo just go, yo, I'm going to put you on, Po? Come get this dog food money with me, or whatever money I'm getting. But he brought him to A. We heard other stories of the introduction. We're not going to go into those. We're going into what his sister said. Maybe we're going into what Sis said. Pat said, yo, my brother introduced Poe. I don't know how they met. But she introduced him to him, and he must have felt that he was a power player. Now, I'm going to tell you some of the good points that Poe had. He was from the east side, got a name for himself. He used to be on the west side, ride bikes. But do you think a man would give a man a spot that makes $80,000 a week because he knows how to do Papa Willies on blocks with his shirt off? No. It wasn't that. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. God Body 1989 was in the building. Peace to the gods and nurse. You heard? Not at all. No. What Poe had to bring to the table? He was a shooter, allegedly, right? A shooter. I got to say allegedly. Sticking kid. But the thing that was most important was he ran with the infamous Randy Love that was known within 5 boroughs. Not because he was this infamous sticking kid from Manhattan, because he had a name in jail too, so you knew all the jail goons. So even in jail, when you mentioned Harlem, oh, you're the Randy Love? Even though Randy Love was from the east side, those are the names you would hear. There's not too many Harlem cats stand out in jail for putting in pain. He was going to jail doing the Bernard Getz era. He was going to jail doing the, Central Park 5 generation. Probably a little bit before that, come out like the 80s, early 70s, late 80s. So he had a name for himself. This is his little man. The training is there. He's on go. Duke is crazy. There's a liking that Rich Porter took to Alpo, that he brought him to his brother-in-law. Listen, he might be good for whatever we got going on here. Now, Rich Porter could have went to any cat on the west side and put them in that position to win. But the one thing that Poe had to take in was, yo, I got a spot. This shit ringing. There's a lot of things going on. A lot of issues, beef, shootings. It's wild over. It's a wild spot. I'm moving around. And this is how he gets in. Think about this, how he gets in. My day ones don't want it. That's what my day ones don't want this. It's too hectic. It's crazy. Police shootings, robberies. But if you want it, you can have it. Take it. Let's get some money together. And that was Poe's way in. But you know what come with that? What come with joy come pain. You gotta put some pain in. Again. I'm gonna give you this spot for $80,000, but you're gonna take care of a few things for me. What's that, eh? Yo, this nigga over here robbed the spot a couple of weeks ago. Yo, son. So now you become the missile. Because you put a guy in position to win. He on go. And now anytime something may go down, You can bring a couple of cats that nobody never seen before from the east side, like Little Miguel, Little Vaughn, might be Little Raul, Little Darnell, and bring them niggas to the west side. Y'all niggas just get crazy. Because Poe was known for bringing dudes from the east side to that west side. Poe was known for going to the rooftop, having dudes that had names pull up on him at that rooftop. My man brother, one of the OGs from my hood, caught a case fucking with Poe, beating up on a cab driver. That when he was going to the rooftop. Rest in peace, Poodle. Poodle's a goon in my hood. He's a legendary goon. I told you only but so many names. Poodle, when Poodle was going to jail, Poodle was chasing Jimmy Henchman around. No disrespect to Jimmy, but y'all ask your man about Poodle. Yeah, he's a Harlem nigga that was getting crazy. Only but so many Harlem dudes was getting names was up. My generation was the Mojos and all that. Yo, what's poppin'? We here. So we're giving you 86. The introduction came from Rich. Now, why didn't Rich? The question is, why didn't Rich take Poe? Like, yo, Poe, fuck you with me with the whatever I'm doing. He gave him the A. So if he gave so now, yes, sir, put it from Carver. He caught a case. One of them state cases he caught because he beat up on a cab driver going to the rooftop, linking up with Poe. He took the case. So Poe was very strategic in his moves. He was strategic. And if you knew who Poodle was a Debo nigga. He was like Bam and them niggas, them Debo niggas that come on the block and work on your block and then tell you how they was out there when you was 5 years old. You don't remember these niggas being outside. Yo, this is my corner back in the days. Those are the type of dudes that Poe. I'm just giving you the legends that was pulling up with Poe. So remember, these dudes is coming to town. They already know what it is. Yo, it is what it is. Dudes start acting crazy, we're gonna get nuts. That's a powerful thing. Not saying that Rich wasn't powerful. Not saying A wasn't powerful. They had East Side love, but for a man that was able to bring a bunch of dudes to the East Side, that's a powerful thing. Because now you chasing niggas around with dudes that, you know what I'm saying? So now the get down is the get down. That was a powerful thing. So now I see the taking of the position of Alpo looking like they partner. But when you hear the stories, you listen to Pat. Yo, what's up? It's Papa. Mikey B is free. Shout out to the GM family. You heard me? Shout out to the GM family, man. Shout out to Queens, man. Y'all see the orange and the blue. Shout out to Queens, man. But if you think about it, if you sit back and you do the math, right? 050 Bucks is in the building. We got 050 Bucks in the building, man.
Salute.
My nigga looking real Bronx right now, bro. Salute. That's what I'm talking about, man.
What's goody, man? What's goody? I'm liking the work. I'm loving the work. I see you working. Salute to everything you doing, man. You already snowed, though.
What do you know, man? It's nothing but love, man. It's old Harlem. BS.
Yes,
love.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know nothing about that, bro. You hear me? You know?
Yes, sir.
You know, these stories that you're hearing, y'all take this shit as a lesson in life. Friendships being business. Everything ain't because, yo, I want to ask you a question, Bucks. You know, we come from the same dirty hallways.
Facts.
Lead pipes in the windows, brown buildings, housing complexes.
Facts.
Do you believe that Azie put Alpo in the spot to make $80,000 a week because the way he rides a bike on 8th Avenue?
Nah. I mean, you know, they seen good things in dude. You know, like, you know, it's just the bad things that override, you know, the good things that he did. You know, at the end of the day, my eyes, A is a stand-up guy. You know, he originally from around my era. You know what I mean? My hood. You know what I mean? I'm from 176 to Andrews. You know what I mean? I'm when you cross that bridge, that's my block right there.
Shout out to my man Omar Singleton, right?
You dig? So when you know you look at a guy like A's a stand-up guy, he ain't gonna let a guy that he smelled as fishy into something he got going on. So,
Yeah. And
it's a sad case.
It's
That's
a
definitely a
case of what
sad
happened
case.
with him. Because I'm gonna tell you something. We called it. We used to call it ghost stories. Like they don't understand people that's not from the world, right? That's not from where we're from. Not so many blacks had names for having weight. You heard black, he had a block getting money, but we was considered a white man. That was a different type of pay grade. You know what I'm saying? Because it was like, them niggas got weight. What? You know what I'm saying? But not anybody could get weight from him. How many niggas online that really didn't know him could say, I got work from Azie? Like, I actually read up from the nigga.
That's a fact. Not too many people.
But he fed a lot of niggas. A bunch of niggas say, I ate because of A. But not a nigga can really come online. I bought 5 birds from that nigga. You know what I'm saying? You hear me?
You couldn't even get close to A, man, back in them days, man. If you see him, you see him. If you know, you know. You know what I mean? Like, you ain't really roll up on that dude, kicking your spill. It wasn't even that kind of party.
Now, Pat, she's being real with it. And this is why I'm doing this, because I'm seeing that she's breaking down the history. Alpo doesn't really hit the story to 86. Azie blew in 83. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So now it's making sense now. Everything's making sense. It's just that by the time 86 came, remember, Bucks, the streets was changing, bro.
Yeah.
The streets was changing.
Especially after that 86 era. That 86 era, everybody start, trying to get ahead and do their own thing, make their own lane. Yeah. And everything else, to be honest, it went out in 86. You know what I mean? To be real with you, everything went out in 86, man. When niggas start really doing the game dirty, pretty much, what I always call it, man, a lot of dudes at the 86 start pocket watching. Start competing against each other. You know what I mean?
Chain. Gossiping. I just seen Bucks with the new North Face on. We know you paid $700 for that. And niggas don't even know. That's a fact. Niggas was paying $600 for that North Face he got on in 88, 89. That shit was like $600 with the hat, the big bubble hat.
It's a fact.
So the pocket is so bad that I could be on 140th Street and we talking about Bucks. He's on Air Juice. Bucks is getting money. I just seen him the other night after hours. He had the North Face with the 40s on. He was throwing stacks on the table. Buying drinks because the after hours spots and drinks is like quadruple. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact. Yeah, that's a fact. You already know that.
He didn't buy the power. And then that's when dudes began to line. This drop on him. The game was changing. Just like people say, YouTube opened the doors for the suckers, crack opened the doors for a million suckers. Because now a motherfucker who couldn't hustle on their own block, selling dope or selling no marijuana, was able to sell crack in his building. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's like even now.
Because art smoke. Babies.
That's like even now. You walk up on dudes' block, and I see it all day on my block. You got dudes who's really from around the corner, but they was able to come into our block, get a couple dollars. Now they repping my block. In all reality, they from around the corner. So a lot of that started happening like at the 86s. When I was coming up, you understand? Like I grew up under the squad called the family. Big dogs.
Yeah, the family. The family.
Right, they big dogs.
And all of them, know what I'm saying?
That's a fact. You already know. You have them. Those are my old heads. So ain't nobody could come on my block when I was growing up and talking about they TAP or they down with the family or they West Side Riders. You couldn't do that. You know what I mean? So now when you look at it, you run up on a nigga block and you like, I ain't know you was from here. Now I'm from on the east side, but this is where I do what I do. You couldn't do that back in the days, man.
Shouts my man.
Was family oriented.
I got a story for you, Bucks. I got a story for you. This had to be Rick. What was this? This I think this was 88. Tim is related to my man Ricky and them family. Like I know Tim's sister. The nigga just moved to Parkchester.
Facts.
Ricky and his kid named Patrick. They went with Tim, Booney and them. They bought Tim.
That's my listen. That's my family.
Yeah.
Black, That's my family, yo.
Small world.
Facts.
They went to Baltimore. My man Rick said, yo, the police was wilding. We talk about 88. He said, see, I got the fuck out of there. The police snatched up. It was crazy. Shout out to Rick Brown. So think about it. I meet some of them niggas because Rick Brown family is cool with my family. We all grew up together. So as I told you, the streets is so fucking small. We talk about 88 numbers, 89 numbers. Those type of numbers, 1990. Niggas just so Bronx niggas, 88, 89 in the great city of Baltimore. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, yo, I tell a nigga the story like this, yo. A lot of people don't be knowing, right? And I keep it to a minimum. But truth be told, that wire was based on my fam. That was based on black. That wire was based on black, homie. Like, he really got the scar removed from his face. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that movie was based on that scar. And Ty. I could go on for days about big dogs that's from my block. Like, my block, not no around the corner. You know what I'm saying? Like, and like, rest in peace to the homie K. You know what I mean? Like, that was my big dog S. You know what I mean? Like, niggas was going out of state to get medicine and all. Like, yo, man, listen. But it was family oriented, man. You wasn't coming on nobody else's block, man, talking about you was you was coming in to enjoy the night. You know what I mean? Or that was it. You wasn't coming up here set shot.
So the game changed, right? And I think as the game began to change, it opened the doors for a lot of dudes, right? So now these blocks, because you still had Hamron in the street. Hamron was still Hamron never left, but Hamron was a grown man's game. You know what I'm saying? So the fuck with that, because beyond we know you from the Bronx. Hamron, dudes, you had dudes making 100,000 before 12 o'clock in the afternoon. That shit was not an all-day job.
Go look up Boy George. Well, that's a fact. Go look up Boy George, the best man who did it and got away with it.
These niggas doing numbers around the block. You know what I'm saying? And we're just talking about, so you're talking about these years, there's a guy named Rich Porter. He's home now. Rich is home. Fresh home. This crack shit is popping, but I know my lane. My lane is this shit. Oh, what? I know because I want this shit. Whoever the plug was, yo, someone 100 grand, I'm gonna charge you. Yo, someone want this, someone want that. But I think Rich had his own lane. I think Rich really had his own lane. I think he created his lane as a young nigga. His days with LA, rest in peace, LA. And I think he stood in his lane. He may have got crack money, I think, but I don't think he was, that wasn't his flow. That wasn't his thing. You know what I'm saying? It's just that people begin to make these, because when you hear the stories, when you actually hear the story, and this ain't no shit on nobody, Alpo was mad at Kevin Childs in the Alpo show because he said, yo, you work for Azie. Azie looked at it like, now I was just showing love to nigga. You my man. You hung out with us. We was like, everything was anything, right? But then when you actually pay attention, we never heard Azie ever say he gave Poe weight. He gave packs. He never said, yo, I gave him work. He was doing X amount of packs a week in spot. He was doing good. I know, fuck, 80,000 a week doing packs. Come on, bro.
And see, that's the good thing of the situation, that we could take good out of it. When you look then and you look at now, then a nigga off a law, a nigga would throw you. Yo, get right. You know what I mean? Like, it's no competition. Get ahead and get yourself right. I remember I read one situation, A left the nigga to join, like, yo, you can have that. Yeah. You know what I mean? That ain't going on right now. A nigga know you in a good situation right now. Instead of him grinding with you, that nigga try to line you up.
Yeah, nigga motherfucker get mad. They get mad, they gossiping, they start doing something crazy. Now, I'm gonna tell you some other crazy shit, right? I think A got low. I believe A got low. The money coming in good, hard to find. And I think this is just me. The only after a while you hear stories is just Rich Porter and Alpo. You're not hearing, yo, I ate with them niggas. You're just hearing Rich Porter, Alpo. Even with the Barnes guy, they just interviewed on Black. Yeah, it could be. I should see Poe and Rich by Preacher. You know what I mean? So we know that Preacher had a good relationship with Rich Porter at one point in time. I don't know when it went sour, but they had a relationship. If you listen to what he said, yo, the block I lived with, Preacher had a store. Paul and Rich should be out there. So who the fuck want to hang around the black man? You know what I'm saying? Like, who wants to hang around this man who rides around throwing dudes in the back of the truck,
bandit builders and all
money
that
out
shit.
your pockets? How is this your best friend? How is this somebody you can sit around and drink some Bacardi Dark with a 151 on the block? You say. So we can't admit that Rich Porter and Pete had a relationship. Business relationship, or friendship, or respect. Now, the weird part about this is I believe Azie got low. It was hard to find, but the only way to get in contact with A was probably through Rich. So even the dudes that might have lined them up, that had to go through Rich. Yo, where A at? I don't know. A chilling, man. Yo, A done got low on a nigga again. Yo, last time I said A, he came out of Avenue. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't that McLean's in the building. Like I said, I don't think that I just think he got low. And I think when you get low and you get money, people who hate your money, they envy you more. You know what I'm saying?
They trying to figure out what you doing.
You know how that shit go, dudes? Bucks, you know how that shit go? Yo, Azie for 100 grams, he ain't answering. Yo, see him fucked up. Yo, I see you. Yo, Bucks, I got you, son. Yo, meet me on 55th. I have you sitting out there for hours. Because I'm
giving you the runaround.
You know what I'm saying? So I ain't got nothing. And whatever I got, I can't give you. I got to get rid of this. You know how that business shit go.
It's a fact.
I get impatient. So here go the impatience. You go to some niggas. Now, you go to some niggas that. You go to some niggas that, yo, son, my brother-in-law, that's AZ. Yo, I know the stash house is at. How you know that? Yo, boom, boom, boom. I bet. When?
Yo, and it's bugged out because it ain't like we talking. You know, this is an already told story, but the same way it's being broken down now, literally, is probably how the situation unfolded with A. Yo, I know A. I rock with his sister. I got the word on this. I got the word on that. So now you in your bag. Now check it. This is why I said things changed from 86 to now. Because even then, a nigga was extending his hand, standing on law. Yo, my nigga, you ain't got to do nothing. Fall back. I got you, and this is how we gonna do what we do. You understand?
Yeah.
That nigga wanted to be King Godfrey Joe.
That's what I think. Now hold on. We gotta get McLean in the building. He was locked up with the individuals, some of the individuals in ECM that when they was fighting for their appeal with the AZ situation. McLean.
Salute, y'all.
I want to ask you a question. Hold on, I want to ask you a question. How allegedly, how would they know who idea was it about AZ? Was it really Kevin's idea, or was it like who idea that was?
From what I heard, it was Kevin. It was Kev's idea.
It was Kevin's idea. Was it because AZ was shitting on him, not answering phone calls, or
I never
got caught up in that conversation?
I'm gonna tell you something, but one thing I do know is I read the case personally. Like I personally read the entire case. Like I read Ace's trial transcripts. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I read not the trial transcripts. Whatever paperwork Ace had with the case, I know exactly what happened because like back when he was fighting the case for the second time, that's when I first met Ace and Ron Dude, you know what I'm saying? But what I came up because I literally just woke up and seen that you live. What I wanted to say is that what you're saying about like A's reasoning for what he did for Rich. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a nigga like I mean not Alpo reasoning for what he did to Rich. I feel like it didn't have nothing to do with business. I felt like Alpo was gonna do what he wanted to do, and it didn't matter if it was a quarter. You know what I'm saying? It didn't matter if it was a fucking whatever reason Alpo would have found, he would have killed Rich. You feel me? I felt like that's what it was with Poe. As far as like the reasoning why they decided, think about it, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like Nick, back in the days, Azie is the reason why everybody else got hurt. You feel me?
Think about it.
Being sloppy, being sloppy. Them niggas was all flashy and shit like that. And it was common for Bronx niggas to be paying attention to Harlem niggas. You know what I'm saying? Trying to rob them back then. I know niggas gonna be mad at what I'm saying, but it's a fact. You know what I'm saying? It's a fact. And Bronx and Harlem, even though they say HBO, Bronx, Harlem only, Harlem and Bronx always Harlem niggas used to have a little distrust of Bronx niggas, while a lot of Bronx niggas was really started robbing Harlem niggas because they really wanted to we was trying to figure out hustle and all that. When we seen that, you know what I mean? Like sometimes like niggas wouldn't let you in. It's like, fuck it, let me rob the nigga. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm not saying that that's what happened with Poe and with AZ. I'm saying that was a sad situation that came with the game. And for so many years, for niggas to be justifying how a motherfucker like moving the goalposts, like some niggas is cool rats and all that. I ain't cool with no rats. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck about none of these rat ass niggas. I'm talking about these real rat ass niggas that'll chew through their own motherfucking mother's stomach to get out of a situation and tell you about why they killed their man. Nigga, you a piece of shit. You done shit. And then to move around and then come home after niggas say, oh, well, maybe he had remorse. If he had remorse, he would have came home and showed Troy Weed where he put Rich body at.
Yo, you know what's funny? I'm happy having this conversation, right? Me and Bucks was speaking on hearing Pat speak. Rich introduced Poe to A. Poe was for AZ. Right? Like you said, it's a dirty game. It's a dirty world, right? I got to get rid of this nigga because this nigga's the money man, but this nigga's controlling the shit. You know what I'm saying? Whatever this man is, you know what I'm saying? Like you're right. He had to find a way to remove the man out the yo, get the I got but the fucking part about it is that think about this. After 1987, right? And AZ testified after 1987, right? What do you think the crime on the street was for AZ after 87?
Huh?
After 87, when he went to court and said, yo, boom, boom, boom. Do you think they moved the goalpost for him? Or a lot of dudes fell back from A? That's the question. Did a lot of niggas fall back?
Now, some niggas, you gotta think about it, man. Some niggas still like that opportunity of A being the man. You know what I'm saying? They like they I feel like it's either that or you had die-hard people that really love A because people said that A showed Harlem a lot of love. You know what I'm saying? I feel like even some gangster niggas, you know what I'm saying, had a blind eye towards what he did. You know what I'm saying? Now I never been in that sort of situation, so I'm not here to decipher why that nigga did what he did. But what I'm tired of is this same fake ass story, or you know what I'm saying, or half hatched story going on based off of one or two people. We gotta start getting the other. We gotta get the people that really has something to do with it. And what I'm saying is just like the Tom Cruise situation. You know what I'm saying? Niggas after all these years is saying now they starting to say, yo, listen, a lot of that shit that niggas was talking about was embellished.
Yeah, it's just niggas. And you know, for those that's not from New York or from America, we're talking about an era in New York City from '86 to now. A lot of things happened. In 1986 and 1995, a lot of things happened in New York City. You know, AZ went testified. '87. Darnell got kidnapped. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Passed away. Alpo goes to jail like a year or two later. Preacher and them, they get caught up. So a lot of things happen. And a lot of these things we just said, they all together. Because Preacher was cool with Rich. You know what I'm saying? He was cool with his uncle.
Yeah, but they said,
this is crazy.
I lived in Dunbar for a long time, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you something.
Yes.
I done heard. I got stabbed up over it. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I almost lost my life up in that motherfucker.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to
But look, I want to say this because a lot of people watch you, Zeke. A lot of people watch me, right? And I'll go crazy on this because I'm getting sick and tired of some of this shit I be hearing when I know the facts. You know what I'm saying? And I just be like, let me just see how far it's gonna go, right? I never wanted to interview Ace or Do, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't want to bring niggas to the internet, you know what I mean? Especially because, you know, niggas got life.
Yeah, they got life. 150
niggas, I can't talk to Ace. I can't be like, yo, Ace, let's talk about, you know what I'm saying? Ace is 60 something years old, right? When I met Ace, I was 19 and he was already 37.
Yes.
When I told this nigga, you know what he asking me for? A motherfucking terry cloth robe. You know what I'm saying? This is what he want to go out. This is what he worried about. He not worried about what these niggas is talking about. I feel like niggas made money off the streets, got hit up, moved the goalposts, and said, you know what I mean? They victimized A. You know what I'm saying? And then after all these years, they still telling the story. You know what I'm saying? Alpo is dead. You dig? These niggas is locked up. It doesn't even matter. All them niggas got 112 and a half years to life.
Yeah, 150
they
years.
Got a try. Ironically, when they came back down, guess what? You know what happened? Azie had to go testify again. They offered them 17 and a half to 35 years. And
they should have took that. I mean, I would have
Ron Do wanted to take it. Ace felt like they could beat the case, bro. Ace felt like I was there when they went to trial again, my nigga. And some of this shit that they was telling me when they was coming back from court, because we all was thinking Azie ain't even gonna come to court this time. Them niggas is, you know what I mean? They already got about, okay, you figure they got locked up at like what, 87? Boom, they came back down in 90, 91. You know what I mean? 87.
Yeah.
They had about 7 years in already at that time. Mind you, the reason why Ace didn't want to take all that time, because see, Ace did 15 years already. Him, they was the ones that they were saying that
changed the adolescent
Willie
laws,
Bossett,
right?
the twins, Willie Bossett, the KB brothers and shit like that was the reason why they changed the laws for niggas that you know what I mean, be charged with a body when, you know what I'm saying, as an adult.
Okay, this is what he has. This is what he's charged with, man. Henry Bolden. He's in custody.
112 and a half years
right now. He's got murder in the second A1, murder in the second A1, murder in the second A1, 3 murder
and
charges.
3 more attempts.
And attempt murder in the second, and the B felony. He has parole eligibility. Wow, is
my nigga. Listen, I watched them niggas argue about.
He has. His parole. He has 112 years to life. This is his.
Yeah, 112. 100. I thought it was 112 and a half years to life. You know what I'm saying? But you know what's so crazy?
No, it's 112 years and a half. 112 years, 6 months. Yep, 112 years to life. Henry Bolden, the man that.
Now you know what's so crazy? See, when I'm gonna talk to you on the side. I'm gonna tell you some shit that's gonna blow your mind.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you this. Ace wanted to go to trial. Ron Do wanted to just take the 17 and a half to 35 because he knew you see the end of the day. And if you know the details of the case, you'll understand why he was more enthusiastic about taking the time than Ace. Ace was 37, 38 years old, and he calculating how long he gonna be. He like, I'm gonna just say like this. It can be assumed that they assumed that after all this time, Azie will come back to court. Why did they get a mystery? Why did they get a new trial? Why that other nigga, Kevin Clark, ain't get no new trial?
Right.
Did you know the reason why?
Why? What's up?
Because there was jury tampering.
Yes, you know I said jury tampering. Yes.
There's jury tampering. they open up the doors. I mean, Kevin Clark got to live with the rest of that time for the rest of his life. Because let me tell you something: without Kevin Clark, aka Kermit, right, they would never know about Ron doing Ace. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm not here because I watch niggas go
now
through
check
that.
what he got though. Look what they gave him. He only got one murder charge, and then he has murder in the second, A1, attempt murder B. And he has what they gave this fool. They gave him 112 years, 2 and 6 months. He ain't getting, and he told.
Now, let me show you something. I'm gonna show you something too. Like I have people come at me and be like, "Yo, man, you know what I'm saying? Like you respect that what these niggas did and all that." I'm saying, nigga, what I'm trying to tell you is I'm really from that time, nigga. And there was way worse shit going on. Remember Ding Ding and them? Ding Ding ran up. Fuck it, this shit ain't have nothing to do with money. Ding Ding ran up in the crib. You know what I'm saying? I can't even say allegedly because niggas got the time for this shit.
They got the time for it.
Nigga went up in there and killed 6 motherfuckers over niggas getting disrespecting the nigga baby moms and all that. And then you know what I'm saying? Like, so shit like that, like in the early 90s, late 80s, that shit was common when you was like in the game, bro. There was a lot of tragic shit happening. I'm gonna tell you like this. I can do this. I can say that niggas was so young and naive that you didn't know that you attracted killers to where you was at. They didn't need a Kevin Clark, you know what I'm saying? And for something like this to happen when you was getting that type of money. What I don't understand is that if Alpo's your man and Alpo running around smacking everything, allegedly, for you, you know what I'm saying? You dig? Allegedly for you.
Allegedly for you.
Allegedly for you, or allegedly surrounding situations that have something to do with you, right? How can you move the goalposts when it happened to you? Like I'm not talking about the testifying and all that because I don't understand all that shit from the inception. I don't understand none of that. I know I went to trial and I seen niggas, the same niggas.
Mac, you know what? I'm sorry for cutting you off, man. You know why? I feel this is real. I feel you because I never went to trial, but everybody when I speak about trial and that shit, they get like how you just got now. I'm going to talk like that part because y'all know what the feelings like when you're sitting at a table and your life is in the hands of 12 motherfuckers.
I had 2 drug dealing niggas that used to be rocking beepers and shit like that and gold chains and running around being the mans and shit when I came and robbed these bitch ass niggas and start shooting niggas, right? I thought I went to trial thinking these niggas is not going to come to court. I was in HDM like this, but Ace was like, yo, do not like. He was like, yo, just take the time. He told me take the time. Ron Du used to hate me at that time. I used to argue with Ron Du all the time. You know what I'm saying? Because Ron Du was, I'm not going to say what happened because Ron Du was to watch us. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to just say this, right? Ron Du, I controlled the store. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, I remember Ace is the nigga. You got to remember. Ironically, what I never understood too was why in the movie, why would they name Azie
Ace
for the nigga that alleged?
That's crazy.
But wait till I talk to you, bro. So what I'm saying that when I went to trial, right?
Yes.
I thought that these gangsta ass niggas that I ran down and robbed and started shooting, I made a movie out there, right? I was like, me and my co-defendant was high-fiving after this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we did that, right? When I went to trial, you know what my mentality was? That the niggas is not going to come to court. That's how many witnesses I had against me.
How many?
5.
All 5 victims.
I had 5 people testify against me in my trial, bro. I had 2 well-known drug dealers testifying on me in my trial. 2, and they was blood brothers.
Now I want to ask you a question. Now look what he just said. These guys are selling drugs. They smacking dudes. They chasing their girlfriends around. They threatening people. They understand like this. Do you see the man with a gun in your face and hit you over the head 3 times? Oh, that's him right there. What? Oh shit! You know what I'm saying?
I can't determine how a nigga. let me tell you something. Azie went through a tragedy. That
Azie, that was tragedy. I'm not gonna lie to you. That
Azie survived something. Azie survived something that he wasn't, that they didn't intend for him to survive. You know what I'm saying? So and so the dude that did the end of the last one of the last interview, one of the documentaries with him struck my channel. I'm sitting on strike right now because of shit I've been saying about Azie, right?
What?
Yeah, I got 2 strikes out of nowhere. And for some shit that I did months and months ago, now I'm talking about it. Now niggas came for my channel, right? Because they don't want me to talk, right? But listen, I'm gonna say this, right?
Oh, that's what he ate. Oh, you know what's so funny? That's what A was talking about. I guess AZ would have responded to a video you just made last night, this morning. He made a response. This is what he said on Facebook. Now I get it, because you get close to home. AZ probably watching this shit as we speak though. But now I see. Oh, that's what he was talking about.
So
he wrote a post this morning about. Hold on, where's this question? You know, A. All right, this is what he says. So this is what. But you made a video. Yes, this is what he said. He wrote this 3 hours ago. 3 hours ago, this is AZ Fires on Facebook. I'm
gonna say something in response to that too.
Yeah, because he wrote some shit. But they shook your page. Let me read this, and then you make the response. You know what I mean? Damn, because you know what I'm saying? Listen carefully. The internet is smothered with a lot of fake gangster shit, misleading the youth with lies and deception. I was this, I was that. I had this, I did that, happened, no facts. But they're hired and released from prison to destroy and mislead. Stop the resurrection of the future child. Do not put what destroyed and killed so many of us in the minds of the youth. The game is a setup. It's a trap. That's it. That's all we are. All the children of God. Global warming. Now it's time to act like it and take your position in divine order. The game is over. These ninjas will do anything for fame and fortune. Hilarious. Hit the like button. Subscribe to my channel. Lots of laugh. They will take what you say the truth, make a whole topic of it. Use your picture, put your name in the title, and be up there discussing your life for hours. And you never even knew these people from a hole in the wall. What real man does that? If you follow, subscribe to any of these fools, these weirdos, these characters of this nature, you have to ask yourself, mirror, who I am. And your mirror should reply, a bozo, a lost, a wake up, and live. Now wake up and live. The resurrection is upon us. God killed yesterday, tomorrow. What happened in the fourth dimension? If not allowed.
Can you stop that for 1 second, bro? Yo, A. This like how many years I've been out here? How many niggas we know the same niggas that I kept my mouth closed and my opinions to myself because you know what I mean? It's a touchy subject. And I don't feel like it was right from the beginning. It was what it was. But let me tell you what type of nigga I was at that time. At that time, you can't talk about no internet gangster nigga because I got trial transcripts and cases and documentation on what the fuck I did and paid for. That's not my life today. That's not how I live. That was back in the days. So if that was back in the days, why would I sell that shit today? That's the same thing I'm asking. It's easy for niggas to move the goalposts when niggas is out here talking about these shits on way bigger platforms. If you have a problem with what I said, why you ain't step up to the shit? You know what I'm saying? And give me an interview so I can interview you without a motherfucker. Interview a motherfucker that really know what's going on, so you can ask you the real questions. This ain't about justifying or idolizing nobody that did nothing that you know what I'm saying, that killed people, my nigga. It's never about that. It's about that. It's like you saying the game is over and it's and all that. You was the one that was supposed to end that. So when you get on the fucking internet, nigga, you the internet gangster, nigga. And it could get worse. You want to know why? Because now we can start we can start plucking because you want to talk about that old story. We can really go pluck the people that was right there with you, you know what I'm saying, that don't got the same opinion as you. You feel me? So I'm saying that if you want to talk about is dead, let it stay dead and don't keep resurrecting the motherfucker or trying to understand it. It was a sad, fucked up situation. Let's move on from that. That's not even what I represent. To me, and my mind state and my mentality today, you know what I mean? All that robbing niggas and shit was some bum shit from the beginning. I was a notorious stick-up kid. I ran in Bronx River, robbed them niggas, stripped them niggas. I ran in Harlem. You know what I'm saying? I ran out of town. I robbed niggas everywhere. It was some bum shit. It took me, but we all was children at that time. You know what I'm saying? Now, because you want to talk like about what our interpretation is, you know what I'm saying, being in the public, right?
Yes.
I just personally happened to know them. You know what I'm saying? But I kind of always told the story from, you know, what's been said already, and not really giving my opinion as to how I feel. You know what I'm saying? So this has been going on for 2 years. You know what I mean? Because of AZ having close people that I fuck with next to him, including family members. I never
Touched on it. Yes.
I never put my opinion in it. You know what I'm saying? My platform has always been open for us to have a dialogue with anybody. I don't give a fuck about no views. What I care about is my man's is sitting up in jail for the rest of their fucking life, and niggas keep on talking about them and don't even know the real story from their perspective. You know
From
what I'm
their
saying?
perspective. Yes, they
Straight
hearing your
up. And then
perspective.
even Kevin Clark snitch ass. You know what I'm saying? When have you ever heard an interview with Kevin Clark?
Oh, that's a
When have
fact.
you ever heard an interview with any of these individuals? AZ didn't even know Ron doing Ace. You know what I'm saying? From what he said, allegedly. I know different things that I'm just not going to say on the internet.
And
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
real.
So
Real.
what I'm gonna say is this: if you want the shit to be dead, it start with you.
You, nigga.
It start with you, my nigga. Right now, Pat Porter, big shout out to Pat. You wanna know why? Because she's telling her story. She's a woman that's just telling her story. She's the one that don't really have anything to gain in that story because she lost so much. And she didn't like, I'm not saying that she was innocent because I don't know her personal life. You know what I mean? As far as like being in the game and stuff. But I know that we was children, you know what I'm saying, doing some crazy shit. You know what I mean? And right now, I feel that this is a healing period. I feel like even if you got if you hear Ace's perspective, you will get something that you've never gotten before, and that might be closure. You understand what I'm saying? You might even have to interview. Y'all might even have to talk. You know what I'm saying? Because you gotta think when you like a nigga that's gonna die in jail or might die in jail.
Yes.
You know, God willing, something they might not. You know what I mean? Like it's time for this. It's time for that particular story to die, my nigga. Fuck them views. I could get a million views if I come out and start talking my shit because people like that.
I'm just here, and I'm gonna be as first idea. 1982 when I got locked up, Azie. It wasn't my cell. It was JJ. He's dead now. A good friend of mine named JJ. I was working on a project called Washington Projects. You know JJ, right? You know JJ. So rest in peace, Jay Slade. So JJ asks me to hold him down for a second. He's about to go upstairs, use the bathroom, and he need me to watch his worker. Right? So now, workers on that 3rd Avenue on 100th Street. He gets caught by TNT. The worker comes back, gives me the money. I'm by the D, by Big Park. I'm in the entrance of the D Washington on the east side. TNT runs down on me and locks me up. Never been to Rikers Island a day in my life. They snatched me up. That's the day I got locked up. They sent me to Rikers Island. 2 Rikers Island ACM. I didn't tell on JJ. I didn't tell on KK. I didn't tell on ATM. I didn't tell on nobody in my projects. I took 4 months. I did 6 months on Rikers Island in 1992, but it was a war zone. Shout out to my man Pete Unstricken Mentality. You know what I'm saying? We was there. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people was there. Shout out to my man Judy Darnell. Shout out to my man, Smile from 112. We was there. My man,
Yo, you knew Snag too?
Yeah, Snags was there. That too. Yeah, he was there.
That's my man.
But I took my time like a G. I didn't go, yo, this is JJ work. That doesn't make me a good because I did that. I'm not saying that. When you start saying weirdos and cows and bozos, what you did in your situation. Okay, another time. A whole other situation. I get caught 1995, the middle of my life with some work. Boom. I could have went and said 5 names. Yo, boom, boom, boom. I don't want to go to jail. I'm scared. The only reason why you probably because you scared. You scared of the penitentiary. Mm-hmm. But what did I do? I took it like a G. I did my time like a G.
Likewise.
Nobody went to jail. And that's the moral of the story, eh? So when you talk about these internet niggas, because you may not know people personally, does not this you the one coming online with your war story, and we're just here to, speak about it. Because what happened to you was fucked up. We're not condoning mass murders, we're not condoning that shit. We're not condoning that. That was fucked up what happened. That was whack, that was fucked up.
You know something? You know Troy. You
know Troy. Part.
You know what Troy Reed said? He said he went to see Alpo one day, right? And this is the answer, something for A again. He went to see Alpo one day, and he was saying to Alpo, Alpo was asking him, "Yo, Troy, they already know the story and everything. Why do you wanna big shouts to Troy too?
Yeah,
right?
Shout out to Troy, you know what I'm saying?
Why do you want to continue telling the story?" And Troy said to him, which I didn't anticipate this answer. He said, "It's not me. The streets want to know this shit." You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So if you want to, he's right. Azie is right about one thing. Be mad at the internet. You know what I'm saying? That's the game. But don't be mad at the players that's in the game. You know what I'm saying? Until you go get rid of the whole motherfucking, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. The whole game. The internet. Okay. Y'all put the shit on the internet for niggas like us, you know what I'm saying, that to be able to speak about, you know what I mean, and throw the whole story around. You know what I mean? Now, the one thing that we can't move past how people react to tragedy and trauma. Yes. You know what I'm saying? I seen some niggas that thought they was gangsters that turned into not to be gangsters after, you know what I mean, they take bullet holes and shit like that. I seen some niggas that thought they was gangsters, but then when they get put in a certain position where they got to do time, then they rat on everybody and they find out they really not gangsters. You know what I'm saying? But then I see same niggas come home and get worshiped like that was a part of the game. That wasn't a part of the game. Talking on the internet and making money and making movies. You made a lot of money.
You made money off that story.
You made a lot of money.
You made money off of being a victim, bro. Not because you was this big drug dealer. The fabric to your the meat and potatoes of your story is you getting robbed, you getting shot.
Now
that's what's getting you to the bag. Because the reform of your life happened, right? The reform didn't happen because you did 30 years. The reform of your life happened after you got shot. So you're getting paid off the niggas, the individuals that you actually testified on. So you got blood all over your hands. You can eat off of this thing? Is that hold on, MacMe. Is that what he's saying? That only he can eat off of a story?
Nah, he said everybody eats.
Everybody eats, bro.
Everybody eats. And we know the story was embellished. We know the story, but you gave the permission to have the story done.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You gave up the permission to have a story. This ain't about no attack on no Azie or none of that shit. Well, I'm upset. I'm upset because after, like, I first talked about the story 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying? 2.5 years ago. And if you go, and I've never taken the story down. You know what I'm saying? I heard people come at me all kinds of ways. I'm pretty sure Azie, but see, let me tell you something. Let me say something once more to Azie, right? You know what kept me off of not disrespecting and putting some respect on your name is because of your family member, Rob. You know what I'm saying? Rob got killed by his own son a couple of years ago, like maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago. I did a story on that too, because that was my childhood friend. That nigga been all around the country with me. That nigga went to Cali with me, you know what I'm saying, and did a song with Dub C with me, my nigga. That nigga done been all over. I done did so much shit with him, and I knew he was blood related to you, so I kept it away. You know what I'm saying? Rob is gone. Rob is dead. You feel me? There's a couple other people that's really, really tight with me. I'm not gonna name drop on them. You know what I'm saying? That kept a nigga like me from having my opinion. Yo, there's a lot more motherfuckers out here that have a different sort of opinion once other pieces of that story start coming out, bro. Yeah. Trust me. You know what I'm saying? But it's up to it always been up to A. A's on Vlad telling that story. A is in the feds on Dawn Diva. That story is all around. There's so many DVDs and interviews that was being done about that where you think that
those stories, the mantra of the stories after it's done is, yo, the game ain't no good, kids, and all that. Nigga, them niggas, the kids know the fucking game ain't good. Them niggas don't give a fuck about what you talking about. These niggas out here swiping cards, running around, you know what I'm saying, rocking diamonds and pulling out Benzes. And these niggas, yeah, these niggas don't give a fuck about no Rich Porter, no Azie, no none of that shit. They don't even know about you niggas. You know what I'm saying? So you're not speaking to them. What you're doing is entertaining people that want to continue hearing that story.
Hearing that story.
You're not saving nobody.
That story. And there's value to, and I like what you just said. That story has a monetary value. Now, what I am going to say, now it's weird because me and Mac Mean, we vibe a lot. And that, for those that don't know who Mac Mean is, you might have seen him on Yuck Mouth from Oakland. They've done shows together. He's been on YouTube for a long time. But Mac Mean is really not a YouTuber. He was really outside. So this is somebody who's been not just in the street, but AZ industry as well. Like you was in the music industry, Mac Mean was too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Now let's think about for the youth, right? A rapper called AZ out of Brooklyn. He decides to make a hip hop song. He's getting some money. He makes a song called Sugary or Sugar, whatever.
Sugar Hill,
right? So hey, it was about the youth and the youth growing and blowing. Now that was AZ out of the streets is hip hop, right? Right? Why would you sue for that song? He stole your likeness. But for the youth, my nigga.
But let's go back. Let's go back right after it happened. Mob style. You know what I'm saying? Mob style. You had your single was what's going on, Black? What's going on? What's going wrong? Knocking each other off. Word is born. We used to, listen, we was rocking with the music, not even really knowing the whole story back then. You know what I'm saying? And that was, and if you listening to that Mob Style CD, that shit was about getting money, robbing niggas, and all that shit. You feel me? Mob Style record came out after AZ got shot, bro. So even right after you got shot, you was still worshiping and representing the streets, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Straight up.
So gangster shit was glorifying the streets. Kick that gangster shit, cause I'm back.
Hey yo, kick that gangster shit.
Say the kids, say the youth. Like so what's happening again is you can't pick and choose. Yo, they're trying to slander my name, but you're doing it. You're sitting on these platforms, you're doing these interviews.
You slandering other niggas that can't defend themselves.
Yeah.
They can't defend themselves.
So now, you know what I'm saying? The only thing that happened this time is that you brought Miss Pat Porter up there, and she's dissecting your little lies by telling her story. So she doesn't know AZ. She doesn't know Alpo the 86. But you know what I'm saying? That's why I don't get caught when I'm listening to Pat. Shout out to Pat. And you probably set the interview up and out, but she has to be honest. Her brothers died in this situation. I understand some of your people died. Her brothers died, bro. You know what I'm saying? So you're making money off of the death of the people on the concourse. She's really not. You know what I'm saying? She's speaking for her brothers.
Somebody said in my chat yesterday, and this I'm not co-signing this. Somebody said that Rich was bringing AZ.
Huh? He said who? What?
They said Rich was the one that was bring. I'm not even going. I
got what you're saying. Whatever. You know. I'm
gonna say this, right? I look at it like this. I'm gonna put things in perspective. Niggas was children. Niggas did not have no criminal history. Niggas didn't have no dealings with the law to know how to deal with the street shit. Niggas was just having the opportunity where they was getting money, and a lot of unfortunate
things happen, man.
Yeah. El Campo, what's up, bro? Salute. Good morning. Mr. X, Shakira, I see y'all. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm happy you're up here just to be clear for the people that's not from New York or across the world. Me and Mac grew up in the same New York City. He's very well versed, and you're totally speaking to a generation that went to jail and progressed into positive things. So now, speaking about something that happened, something that's being spoken about, and this is dope because we're just not talking about Azie. We just you know what I'm saying. You're learning a lot about the '90s in New York. It was popping, Charles Smith. You learn a lot about the '90s of New York City. Like I'm gonna be honest with you. It's the story's so crazy, but then it always dates back to 1987. When you testified, how did Preacher look at you in the streets? How did the Kevin Childs? Because Kevin Childs even said he only got mad at you because your name was in his paperwork. He never said he was mad at you because you testified against the dudes that robbed you.
Now again, and with Kevin, just like with Pat, and then just like with Pat, Kevin's family was unfortunately targeted. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. During his thing too, and people had feelings about me telling that story too about what Tom Cross or whatever, but. I never disrespect. I'm the same thing. Like as maybe in this regard, like a Troy Reed who's just getting a story out that people want to hear. You know what I'm saying? And my personal feelings, I've always been removed from that. But see, let me tell you something. If the game is to be fair, right, then our personal opinions is the only thing that should matter at this point because your opinion, you know what I mean, has been king for a long time. And the people that really know the story that was moving the goalposts, you know what I'm saying, whether they from Harlem or anywhere in New York, you know what I'm saying? It was better to just you'd say, you know what, I don't know about that situation. Let's move on. Because that would have encouraged and everybody else that was telling that story to move on.
Yes. Yo, you know, Mac, me, you know what's crazy is because I didn't want to become an Azie. Dudes do this sometimes because we just like typing, but. The thing that's funny is you're right though. Those men never had a chance to tell their side of the story.
Yeah, and then
one side of the story.
You almost opened the door. You almost opened the door for that story to take another life. Now imagine if they was interested in that, because I'm gonna tell you, like I said, I don't think that at this point the mentality of these brothers that's locked up because of this shit is changed, or just like the mentality of the niggas that was the victims in the situation.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? Think about what we talking about. Alpo, dead. Rich, dead. Donnell, dead. A lot of niggas dead. Preacher, gone. Preacher was fucking niggas. Preacher was putting niggas. Listen, you know what I'm saying? Like all these niggas is gone. So Azie, you are the staple that needs to change that story. It ain't up to Dame Dash. It ain't up to Paid in Full 2 or who's gonna do what. And which I know exactly what's going on Paid in Full 2 because I've been stepped to about that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I've been stepped to about that. And a lot of things that motherfuckers could have been saying, you know what I'm saying, it's just a nasty topic. And honestly, my truest emotion, Zeke, is that it hurt my feelings. It hurt my heart thinking that, you know what I mean, at the end of all of this tragedy, this is all we could offer. This is like going to, bringing a whole Valentine's Day massacre story
back
again.
to life. You know what I'm saying?
Right?
Yeah, and yo.
Without closure. When do you get closure from the situation?
I think this is my opinion. I think the older A get, his conscience is hitting him. Not much from testifying. It's a lot of people that was close to him that passed away. And he might feel a little responsible. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, if it wasn't for this happening, that happened, that would have never happened. You know, as you get older, people are humans. And you're conscious. So you begin to make these videos and you're looking for an out. You think you're telling your truth when it's not making sense after a while. Like, let it go, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Zeke, how old was Lynette when she at that time when she got shot?
She was like 13, 14 years old.
Now, can you explain to them who Lynette is?
That was the girl I believe that Azie was messing with. That was at the apartment.
I don't know if he was messing with her. But I don't know if he's messing with her, but I know that she came with him.
Yes. Young girl. He was in his 20s at least. By then he was like in his 20s. 87, close to his 20s, 19, 20, at least 20 years old. She was like 14, I think. He might have bought back up. We don't. Like I said, I don't know, but you know, when you seen older guys and young girls at that point in time, we knew. You know what I'm saying? You know, we you know, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But she
They said niggas was tying bitches up to handcuffing bitches to radiators, having dogs fuck them, and all type of crazy weird shit that we've heard about. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm talking about drug dealing niggas getting money at that time. You know what I'm saying? The shit I don't understand what AZ is I question whether you really see what was wrong in that whole situation. I feel like conveniently you know how to play the victim, my nigga, and that shit is corny at this point, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like why? You know what I mean? Like
yeah. And that's because that's what's coming across as when we speak about him, he gets automatically into the victim mode and the game is over. And the game is over.
The game is alive and kicking. Niggas is getting
kicking.
Yo, these 15 and 16-year-old niggas is getting way more money than y'all niggas was getting at that time.
You know what I'm saying? The game is alive and well right now. It's just you got two choices: do the right thing, do the right thing, or the wrong thing. You only got two choices. Nothing in the middle. Yeah, because when you play in them streets,
hey yo, when you was bagging them bricks up, getting that money, right?
What's she thinking
you
about?
You know what I mean?
Let's get to it. Yeah, fuck it, boy, Mac me. Let's get to it.
Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? 3 days, 3 weeks.
Yo,
come on, man.
Put on the scale.
Come on.
Yo, was you like, yo, when is this gonna end? Was you saying, yo, after this, I'm gonna open a daycare for the kids? Oh no, his giving back is we threw money up, we threw singles up the car. He can't put the shit up. You know
but listen, not A, because A was low key.
Yeah.
So he said, look, argumentatively, right? I'm gonna throw a monkey wrench in the game, right?
Definitely.
Throw a monkey wrench. You know what I'm saying? Blocko, what's up, nigga? That's my nigga.
Was Right? Blocko.
Check it out.
Cuban Bill, shout out to Del Cuba, shout out to the BX, Ghost Town G's, you heard?
Low Stone salute. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, right? Check this, right? Let's say, okay. Let's say that it wasn't Kevin Clark, like the movie was showing. That, you know, the brother was a hateful. You know, they remember they put that they made Kermit famous.
They made him
famous. But let's say that wasn't even the truth. Let's say that. Well, you know what? We can't say that because he was there with it. You know what I'm saying? So, but let's say that niggas noticed that niggas was getting money and they knew that he had ties to them. From what I heard, you know what I'm saying? A was making sure Kevin was all right.
So why would he book him like that? That was a real booking. Yo, dude.
That's some Bronx shit, my nigga. That was some Bronx shit, my nigga. That was like let's think about Love. Let's think about Randy Love. Let's go back. Let's think about
Let's go back to Rand. Let's go back to Rand. Let's go to Wilson. Let's go to the
no fear shit. Let's go to the no fear shit. I was with.
Shout out to 112, right? Dash Chronicles is in the building. Shout out to BK in the building. Shout out to No Lies. Old New York.
You ever heard of Sash? You ever heard of Sasquatch?
No Fear. What was going on?
You heard
No Fear niggas.
Okay, you heard about Sasquatch?
I heard that name before.
Sash is one of the ones that got that came that when he was up north with us, he was almost done with his bid, and then they brought him back down for the whole no fear joint.
Wow. See?
I think he caught like 15. So this niggas that was doing time that was out of the loop for 5-6 years that got their names pulled in it, and after they finished their state bids, nigga, you know what I'm saying? Niggas got charged again.
Definitely. You know what I'm saying?
On the come home.
This is so now it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, definitely.
Ron, yo, Ron.
Sasquatch is home now. Definitely salute to Sasquatch. Sasquatch is home.
That nigga Sasquatch.
Down to the whole no fear. You heard?
That nigga, that's my man. We did about 3 years together. I was with Sash when he went down and copped out to the time. Now there's other niggas too, but you know what I'm saying, that I know of, but I don't really know. I met personally, but I don't really know him like that. Me and Sash did time, you know what I'm saying? So it was just a lot of unfortunate shit.
And I get what you're getting at, and I get where you're headed, because there are a lot of guys that was up north coming back down, getting turn back around. You part of this indictment. Those conspiracies, those rush to projects, and your name popped up in somebody's situation. They were snatching dudes, turning them around, man.
Can I ask you a personal question?
What's good?
You think that Azie only told on them, or do you think that there was other cases that Azie helped in?
That I can't put my dirty hands on.
No, I'm asking your opinion.
My opinion. Do I think he told on some?
Yeah, not thinking about it.
Yeah, let me tell you something. Yeah, I think he told before. I think he gave up. I think something, because behind the scenes, you never know about dudes getting involved and thrown in the back of the car and punched in the face. So he might have got rid of a couple of good ops by
I was in a hospital.
I believe.
Look. You see my arm right here.
Yeah.
This arm right here. You see that thing on my arm?
Yeah.
Right. This arm, I couldn't use this arm for damn near a year.
Yeah.
I was in a hospital grade like this, about to die. The police was all up in my motherfucking hospital room. You know what I'm saying? There was the whole Harlem hospital. The front of Harlem hospital was a mob of niggas. You know what I'm saying? Daring me to die, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, this nigga died, we gonna turn this whole Harlem up, right?
Yes.
Guess what? When the police came to me and asked me what happened, I told them, don't even worry about it, because I'm going to kill the niggas that did this to me. So I told the police straight up, you know what I'm saying? So you can't say, like some people, that snitching thing, right? It's either you with it or you not with it from the beginning. I don't feel like the bullets, you know what I'm saying, can make you do that. I feel like what it does is it's almost like drinking liquor or using drugs. It lowered your inhibitions. You know what I'm saying? It really exposed how you really get down, because some niggas get shot and never tell.
Yeah, a bunch of niggas. I know, you know what I'm saying? You're right. And that's just me, because I think, I think Azie was really just a hustler. I think Azie felt if anybody
gets shot every day.
Still, that was like, like he played a civilian game in a dirty game. You know what I'm saying?
I would like to interview. Why? Let me ask you something. Why wouldn't Azie give one of us an interview? Huh?
Because he know they're gonna ask him these questions and he can't.
Hey yo, look. You see my nigga 24-hour bang? Salute. That's my nigga. You feel me?
Definitely shout
and look
24-hour bang films.
And he was right there, locked up with me. You know what I'm saying? Right after I left HDM, because I ended up catching a new charge in the same block we was in. I'm one of the reasons why HDM 4 block got shut the fuck down, and ultimately later on they started you know what I mean? They closed down HDM for a little while.
Yes.
You feel me?
Yes.
That's my man Pop right there. 24-hour bang films is my man Pop. I love that nigga. That nigga's a genius. He was modeling for Carl Kanai back in the days. You know what I'm saying? He's a street motherfucking nigga. And guess what happened to him? He almost died. He almost died. He got fucking hit up bad. You know what I'm saying? If I'm correct, you know what I'm saying? He got shot in his head too.
Yo, I like, because I didn't want to, because these conversations now, again, it's not the hate train. It's just
see what he said?
Conversation about content. It's not the hate train. You told how many times we're gonna call you a rap bastard? You ain't gotta do that no more. You know what you did.
And he said, pull out the letter from North facility. We was in North facility up in man, this is before, this is 94, 95, before the OBCC was all the way built.
I
North,
holla at you, Sonny Blanco.
right?
Yes.
Um and I kept in contact with Ace because Ace was writing me from up north when I was still in Rikers Island. You know what I mean?
Yes,
But
sir.
like I
Yes,
said,
sir.
like I just knew things personally, and back to AZ, man. Yo, AZ,
Hold on. I got something to ask you. Wait, before we get back to A.
mm,
Sorta emotional. Okay. Let's now I gotta be biased, a little biased, right?
okay,
AZ, you might have told out emotion, feeling, yo, now, not bringing it up, the Valentine's Day murder in the book that happened. When that situation happened in the courthouse and they said that allegedly son told on the guy who shot, is that considered like an emotional, like yo, he killed his baby moms at the courthouse? Like,
listen, I know him. I know the nigga that killed his baby mother. Right?
yeah,
We was up north together. We was in Attica together. Plus, we was in Rikers together. Right? That's my son. You know what I'm saying? We actually was kind of real close because of Flex. Now, I'm gonna show you. Flex is the nigga from the Wild. What's some niggas name again? The dancing niggas. Rocksteady crew. Right?
oh, okay, shout out to Rocksteady.
Flex, notorious Flex. They said he killed some kid in Sukiyaki or whatever, or some shit, right? And she was 12. Thank you for reminding
Oh,
us.
she was 12. Okay, shout out
Right?
to, oh, that's the girl that was at the house with AZ was 12 years old, right? 12.
Yeah. So, um, what? So what happened? The nigga that killed his baby moms in the court. You know what I'm saying? Because my kid, listen, that shit, my case, because I had court assault. I ended up cutting a nigga inside court, right? That was one of the reasons why they changed a lot of the rules and the courts. Remember, you used to be able to get to the criminal court
Yes.
through the civil part. You know what I mean? And you go through civil court and you can end up in criminal court, or I mean, excuse me, not criminal court, Supreme Court, because that building, in that building, there was civil and Supreme. Criminal was down the block. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Um, I don't understand what was your question as far as like who
The
was gonna.
difference, like, because some people came to me and say AZ told because they shot the girl, they shot the girl and they killed his art and they killed the people, so he may have told out of being emotional. And they saying that Ding, I got to say his name, allegedly when out of the courthouse and they shot his
He was in court for something that didn't have nothing to do with none of that.
situation, they killed his baby moms, and it's alleged that when the police snatched him up, he said, "Oh boy, shot," like he said, "Yo, such and such shot." Okay?
No. He was going to court for
He was going to
something,
call something totally different. I think it's
something
sales,
completely different.
right?
And son, this was after he killed them. You got to
Yes,
remember
yes.
that he killed them and then went to court, and then son came to court. You know
Shot
what I'm
the
saying?
girl, shot his baby mom back.
Got his baby moms up, and he got caught right there.
Now, Ding, so individual said that Ding told on son who did the shooting at the courthouse. You know what I'm saying? Was that emotional?
No, nah. Look, if you look at the case, that shit was reckless. That nigga wasn't trying to hide. Did you go into court and buck a nigga in court? You're not trying to hide shit. Look, more than one. Look, more than one shot went off.
Can you hold on, man? Can you tell them about Bronx Supreme? It's right there. It's in 14 tonight. You know about that Bronx Supreme shit. That's true. It's not any cut. You know what I'm saying? It's actually Bronx Supreme. Right? If you keep going down the hill, you can go to Yankee Stadium, right?
Okay, look, Bronx Supreme is right on the. Okay, it sits between Girard and the concourse on 160.
Yes.
Now, Criminal is down. Now, when you go to Cortland, between Court, I think right the block right after the concourse.
Yes. Shout out to me.
I think it's Morris and then Cortland Avenue and shit like that.
Yes.
And then ironically too, the probation and parole building was over there too. That's where Calderon got murked. Calderon got killed coming out the
not allegedly, but you know, you was in the Bronx. It was crazy. Those was crazy.
Nigga, I was in parole in that building. I was on the 9th floor in that building. I started out in the basement, went to the 9th floor. Matter of fact, they came and took me, and I caught my big bid in court. They couldn't catch me in the street. I was still reporting to parole, and they didn't know who I was because cameras and shit. Once they got my name, it was a wrap. And they came up in there. Homicide came to parole, and when I was walking up in the 9th floor, they was like, "Nah, we got a different office." Like my PO, when I went into a new office, a squad of police was up in there. They cuffed me and then took me to the bookings right up out of there. You know what I'm saying? And charged me. So I don't know. I don't know about Ding Ding ever telling.
That's his case. You know what I'm saying? I just said there was like you know, because I think because it's
Ding Ding was locked up. Ding Ding was locked up, and he heard about nigga slapping his baby moms.
Baby moms, yes.
Right. So that's why Ding Ding came home and did that. And it wasn't just Ding Ding. It was like 5 other. There was 4 co-defendants in that case.
Yes, that was weird. That was a deep one, man. That was deep. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. This is all. Now, mind you, we're growing up in New York City doing all this shit. This is the New York City that y'all love to hear about. This shit was dirty, crazy.
These faggot ass niggas better stop getting mad because we telling motherfucking the story that, or basically trying to get clarity of some of these stories years later. If you niggas had any motherfucking heart, what you do is you would give us the interview so we could put closure to these stories. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Because you know niggas ain't doing it for the motherfucking views. You know what I mean? Yeah. If you want to do it, even if you want to do it for the views, take your ass back to Vlad, you know what I'm saying, and give the kids a real lesson.
Yeah, real lesson. You know what I'm saying? Real lesson. Not just, yo, exactly.
Wa alaikum assalam. Wa alaikum assalam, Zaid.
When we go into, I'm going to be honest with you, man. It's a dirty game, man. And I know it, because I know I get mad and you start fucking out, and then we have to address this. But we have to still remind that we're trying to get on our journalism.
I wowed out on Azie the other day. Yo, I know you seen what I said.
You make us wild out on you, son. You make a nigga, you make us wild. You make us zoom out on you. You know what I'm saying? Because you started talking crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, bro, you sold the story to the public. They put it in the movie. I don't know, whatever Dame did. You allowed that to go out there. You did the game is over. You showed the clipping. You had somebody show a news clipping of the men that you put away, sent to jail, and you said you're allowed to this story. You got a check off of being a victim. You know what I'm saying? A legal check. You actually, I'm gonna say you actually won. You actually won.
You won. Only thing you got to do is become a vegan, eat right, and you add move. Good, son. Yeah, move. You know what I mean? And then you roll into the sunset. But guess what? When you open up the story, guess what? Ron Dude got daughters. You know what I'm saying? He got family. Ace got family. Salute Zaid, Rafiq. That's my brother. I love him. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Listen. You open up wounds for the motherfuckers that family ain't never coming home from jail. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think that it's easy. I think that even when we get the drugs and we making money and shit like that, it's easy for us, right, to victimize our own selves and feel sorry for ourselves without really looking at the victims. The victims is this. That girl Lynette was the victim. You know what I'm saying? The dude, the mailman dude that survived. You know what I'm saying? The gay dude, he's a victim. Your family that died in that situation. Myra, do you know what I mean? Like that, like those. Now,
hold on 1 second. I'm gonna read something. I'm gonna read it all. You may get hyped again. Mac means in the building. Mac means in the building. Shout out to the BX 183rd, you heard. Definitely shout out to Mel Cross, everything on that Davidson side. Shout out to my man Omar Sinton over there on Andrews and all that, all out on the west side. Shout out
wait. You said Omar I'm from Andrews. You know that, right?
Oh yeah.
I'm A-Mob.
Yeah,
I'm A-Mob. I'm one of the original niggas that started A-Mob.
Definitely shout out to the A-Mob. Yo, definitely shout out to the A-Mob, man.
That's
man, Fat Cat. You know, the Burnside and all that.
Burnside, you know what I'm saying? Big rest in peace, Chick. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Big shouts to my nigga Tone and all my niggas from the dark side.
Yeah, man, Jay
You know what I mean?
Money Bags from 1 9. Shout out to my man Don Rico, God King, you heard? From the Bloody Bunch and Stricken Mentality and Clubhouse. Now check this out. This is what the New York Times said. Azie. 6 people were shot in the head early yesterday in the South Bronx. I'm going to show you what the news article says. In the South Bronx apartment during a drug-related robbery, the police said. 3 died immediately, but 3 others, including a 15-year-old girl, were found alive. The police said, and they responded shortly after 2:30 a.m. to a telephone call reporting the sounds of gunshots from a 3rd-floor apartment at 1295 Grand Concourse near East 169th Street in the Morrison section. Yo, they was by the courthouse, bro. Wasn't they by the courthouse?
Yeah.
169 in the concourse?
Yeah. That was that. But look, you know what's so crazy? That they're from 169th in Washington.
Oh, that's
you know what I'm saying, on the other side. But that building, is on 169th, and it's not. It's kind of far from the courthouse.
It's sort of far, right? From
it's long. It's that from 161st to 169th. There's a lot of blocks. There's a lot of long blocks.
Yes, long blocks too. But them blocks is long. When the police arrived, they discovered 6 people, all of whom had been shot in the head at close range. Inspector Daniel F. McMahon, executive officer of the Bronx Detective Unit, said 3 of them had been handcuffed behind their back and were already dead. Damn. The dead were identified as Maya Incro, 50 years old, and Joanne Blue, 44, who both lived in an apartment where the shootings occurred, and Charles, 23, of 454 West 162nd Street in Manhattan, a girl stabbed in the stomach. The police said 2 other victims, Annette Bell, 13, who addressed were unknown, and Michael Lamar, 34, of 1700 Grand Concourse, was taken to Bronx Municipal Hospital Center. Another victim, Azie Faison, 23 years old. Azie was still 23 years old when this situation happened, who address was not immediately known, was taken to Lincoln Hospital. So I honestly say Lincoln Hospital saved your life. So I gotta say Lincoln Hospital ain't this dump hole that I always thought Lincoln Hospital was. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Lincoln Hospital. They actually saved his life.
Look, let me say one thing real quick. Pop said he saw the letter with his own eyes. You know what's worse now, Pop? Now I got JPay. I got letters. I got communication. You know what I'm saying? Like I never showed it on the internet. It's not for that. But what was your point in speaking about the case?
Who, me?
No, the article you read. He was 23. He was 23 and she was 13.
For the people that's not from America or New York, they have an idea of this conversation we done had for the last 20 minutes. So now we're breaking down the apartment, the robbery, the victims. And it's actually in the New York Times. So now they have a clear understanding of what happened and what he told them. You know what I'm saying? But we're not cooperate against it. Maybe his conscience is killing him. But they said 3 people was handcuffed and they was dead already. The person got stabbed. And
question of the century. What was you doing with a 13-year-old girl?
Maybe you don't want to answer that one. Maybe this is Vlad ever ask him that question? Or Vlad skips over that?
I never heard no answer to it.
Nobody ever asked him.
Well, you know what? That's not my business. Right? I don't know.
Why we want to know? But
I'm gonna tell you it's so easy for niggas to mark off.
Sergeant Clifford says a bloody knife, spent shells, empty crack valves, and other drug paraphernalia had been under the apartment. Now that they said that there was crack valves and all type of paraphernalia in the crib, did they actually case Azie up? Like, was it a case? Like, yo, we got some, even if it was misdemeanors, yo, you found some shit in here?
No, because think about it. I would say that's where shit was getting bagged up, and then, what was the who would you have bagging your shit up 9 out of 10 times? Probably got some chicks or some fiends.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? And what one thing I know about any Oh, man. That shit. That I just think it's real messy. You ever seen the news? You ever seen the news? You ever seen the news when they showed the apartment and all that?
Nah, I know it was crazy.
Yeah. I seen some shit, you know what I'm saying? But I wanted to ask you something.
All right.
Damn, that whole shit was messy. Look, this is what I want to say. This is the reason why I kept another reason why I decided to like really stay solid on not speaking the things I personally know.
Yeah.
Because one of the things I do know is that what we seen in that movie of what happened in that apartment wasn't a tenth of what really happened.
In real life.
Because in the paperwork it said that people being tortured. It said that, you know what I'm saying, like for a while, like tortured. You know what I mean? And that Ace or Azie didn't want to open a safe or something. Now I don't know how true that is. So that like when you come on the internet and you give a half of a version of a story and people have questions, for you to count it, for you to say that we clout chasing or we doing shit, you know, fake nigga, you a fake nigga. I ain't never tell on nobody in my life, nigga. And I just said I faced death myself. You know what I mean? And you think I went and ratted on the niggas that caught me lacking? No. But guess what they did to me right after that? Drop a attempt murder on me and a felony assault. You feel me? So after they hit me up, you know, I got charged after that. That happened. This happened in 2011. I got charged in 2015 and had to fight the case for a year and a half.
Crazy.
I got the paperwork on that too. So I'm saying that you can't move the goalpost when it comes down to you being the victim, my nigga.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right, brother. You actually, you know, this.
You would have much more respect for your fat ass if you was the, you know what I'm saying, come out and clear some of that shit up. It ain't gotta be with me and Zeke. You could go black to Vlad, you know what I'm saying, and readdress the people. Instead of being mad at Dane for coming out with shit after you took the cheese again with that, because any real nigga would have said, you know what, fuck Dane, fuck everybody. If I'm gonna tell this story, yes, I'm gonna get a collective of different people's perspective and keep my opinion up out of it, because your opinion don't matter. You already did what you had to do. You gave niggas 336 years combined.
Yeah. Hell yeah, exactly.
And not only that, but you re-testified on them, you know what I'm saying, in 1995. I was in the block when they blew trial, when they came back from the court. We knew that they blew trial, and it was crazy. They got them on news at the sentencing day. Yes. You know what I'm saying? That's the only footage that you ever seen of them, but you never seen their perspective of what happened or how that whole shit affected them. You know what I'm saying? Like, not to say that they victims, but if we want to talk the story, we might as well get all the motherfucking players in the game.
Hell yeah,
the ones that's living, living.
That's a fact. That's I'm happy, and that's why we have people that's up here that's well versed about that generation, that era, situations that was going on, and has knowledge of the situation and may have been around individuals. Because for the people across the world, you know, the people that's in New York, most of y'all know it, but across the world, we're enlightening you guys on this great what we call Paid in Full. And the reason what brought this whole conversation back up is that Pat Porter is doing a great job of breaking down the timelines.
You know what's so great too? You know what's something? Let me shout out my nigga Unique Mecca Audio. Great Uncle Unique. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Like him, he has a great way, right, of getting the facts without glorifying,
yes, the story.
You know what I mean? Or shitting on the person that may have been victims or whatever, or the gangsters. Yes. So he's always stayed separate of it. But guess what? There was a lot more ratting going on, you know what I'm saying, in the game than we know about. And let's keep it a buck. the Wild Cowboys. You know what I mean? Niggas out at 94. You know what I'm saying? From 91, the whole 90 from 90. Because I was locked up the entire 90s.
Yeah.
I was locked up 91, 92, 93, 94, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I was locked up the whole entire 90s.
Yes,
I ain't come. You know what I'm saying? So.
But you know what? I like to shout wifey out. Definitely shout out to wifey. She always be supporting me with doing that when I do these programs. Shout out to Southern Belle, wifey. I love you. Says West Side. Definitely salute to West Side St. Louis. You know what I'm saying? Missouri. West Side St. Louis, Missouri. Shout out to wifey, her son Scoop Doggy Dog, and the whole Rucker family. West Side St. Louis. Definitely salute to North Side St. Louis. As well as Southside St. Louis in the counties. You heard?
Let me go across the bridge too. Shout out to East St. Louis, the wildest fucking place I've ever been in my entire life.
St. Louis in Illinois.
Shout outs to you City, St. Louis. You know what I'm saying? And all my players out there. My nigga Spud City, one of the biggest gangsters ever come out of St. Louis. He was the first nigga to bring me to St. Louis. You know what I'm saying? We went out there, did some shows and shit like that. That's Nelly's people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, salute to everybody in St. Louis.
Salute to the Lou. So you know what's crazy, yo. You know what's crazy, man, is that when that happened in 80s, was it 86, 87, right? Because you know 50 Cent with this preacher thing, this whole preacher. I guess he's attempting to do the preacher stuff. 7 shots, my man. Unique Mecca Audio. I love you. You know what I'm saying? That's my guy.
I love Mecca.
I love Mecca
Audio. You know what I'm saying? Mecca Audio.
Peace to gods and earth. Definitely peace to our rosters. Not the shots, but the rosters. You know what I'm saying?
And the real lions. And the real rat and the real rat hunters.
You know what I'm saying? Now, Mac, I want to ask you a question. How you think Preacher and them took, or the average Stickum kid, when they heard Azie got on the stand, you think things changed for Preacher when it came to the Stickum kids? At that time, the Stickum kids. How you think Randy Love took it? I was mad that the nigga you fucking with is coming to. No, the nigga you wind up fucking with. You wasn't even fucking with it. The nigga you fucking with is. Hold on, Mac. Wait a minute. Hold on.
Let me tell you something. Let me fix that. Let me fix this up for you.
Crazy.
I'm gonna tell you something, right? Go ahead. Finish forming the question.
All right. 86. They said when Rich came home, Paimon 86, he introduced Poe to A. A good shot. A little bit after that. A tells as soon as he gets shot. Huh? How did Randy
You talking about a year time span. One thing that Alpo always said was that he did not know Rich long.
He didn't know. Oh, gotcha.
He said he knew him for like a year.
Yeah. It wasn't.
So that wasn't even a summer. That wasn't even.
How you think the dude that, like you said, behind the scenes is like, A really going to court? Like, how was they able to keep out the news that Azie was actually on the stand going, he shot me, he was there? Because
it was accepted. The goalpost was moved a long time. The goalpost moved a long time ago. If no disrespect to Gangsta Lou. You know what I'm saying? And because there's some people that got so much love for A, right? Because of what A did for them back in the days. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That they looked at what happened to A. They looked at that more of the violation as opposed to what he did afterwards. They looked at the fact that y'all shot.
Yes.
Y'all did this to my Nick. Like look at they and then to be safe. I mean, it's safe to say outside of some of the shit that Preacher and Panama and them niggas was doing downtown in Harlem. You know what I mean? Yeah. Big shouts to Panama. That's my nigga too. That the niggas wasn't used to seeing that type of action. You know what I mean? Yes. Like that sort of. You know what I mean? So I think that was a wake up call for the whole entire Harlem and New York. Because in the Bronx, son, in the Bronx, I remember when we used to rob niggas, and then on the weekend go to Willie Burgers, right?
Yes, sir.
We used to go. Yo, this shit used to be crazy, right? Back and I used to see all this shit going. I see niggas out there, right? Ironically, I end up when I came home when I grew up, I end up living over there. So the whole preacher. Let's get back to the preacher thing, right?
Yeah, yes.
Me being on 49th for so many years, 149th in Dunbar. I lived in Dunbar in building 214, apartment 3B. You know what I'm saying? For like 6 years. So I'm from over there, and I've heard the stories. I've heard some shit. I think that preaching them ain't give a fuck because they were so involved in their own shit.
Yeah,
They were yeah, and they was young too. They wasn't thinking about that at that time. And a lot of shit that that's common knowledge to us right now was hidden at that point. They didn't know.
Hell
You know what I'm saying? Like they didn't get Ron doing Ace together. Like they caught Kevin Clark and he told, and then they came out of town to get niggas.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I wanna address people that do watch the Kevin Chow shit. My perspective from that of speaking about Tom Cross has something to do with Tom Cross raising me. It didn't have nothing to do with what Tom Cross did to anybody family. God bless them. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't about that. It was just about telling people, like you said, people across the world that don't know what's going on. This is what happened according to the news, according to what's out there already. I'm not putting my opinion in it. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? We don't know. Do we know like the details and the Tom Cross shit and what happened with Kevin Childs?
Listen in the room.
I can tell you this, what I know personally, that Tom is saying that whatever was said is not what happened. Have you ever heard Tom Cross do an interview?
Never.
Now, his nephew, I think he just obtained the rights to his story. You know what I'm saying? Tom, he requested, you know what I'm saying, through his nephew that I go up there and go check him. You know what I'm saying? In person. You feel me?
Yeah.
Which I'm going to do. My next trip to New York, you know what I'm saying? I want to and it's not to open up those wounds. It's just to get clarity on what does that mean. You feel me? Because we got accustomed to these stories that we heard, and we take a lot of that as truth. The one thing I remember, one thing's about Tom. We was at Attica in '96, right?
Yes.
And the last time I seen Tom, remember, Tom was locked up in 80. He got a 91 number. He got locked up in 89. In 89, I was like 15. You know what I'm saying? And the last time I seen Tom, he remembered exactly where he seen me and what he said to me.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And what's so crazy, the reason why I'm pointing that out is because I was a 15-year-old kid just trying to ride around in a brand new car. Later on, people told me that car belonged to Kevin Childs. Allegedly, I don't know. It was a white Benz. You feel me? It was the first time I ever seen a Benz with the Benz sign in the grill.
Yes.
I thought it was made up. I thought they made that like that. Because remember, the Benz sign used to be like a metal piece on top of the front of the hood. It wasn't in the grill. I'm talking about white rims and everything. And I said, he gave me some money that day. He was with this kid named Bobby, this Italian killer. Because that's what Tom did. Tom ran with Albanians, Italians, you know what I'm saying, Puerto Ricans. His co-defendant, Felipe Concepcion, he's from my block. Andrews, 183rd, A-Mob. You know what I'm saying? Like his sister, Felipe's sister, used to cut my hair. Her name is Evelyn. You feel me?
Yeah.
So I'm saying that these stories and shit, right? We only know what we've heard, man. You dig where I'm coming from? And ironically, these niggas that put these stories out there or the remixes of these stories and get millions and millions of views and get a bunch of money off of it, get mad when somebody finally serves up an opinion in reference to what happened with these brothers.
Yes. So I asked a question. Billy Jean, he asked, this was asking you, McMean. What you think about 50 Cent in the Preacher story?
I feel like this. It's all entertainment.
Yeah.
If 50 look, let's think about it like this. I feel the same way about 50 doing the preacher story as anybody, because there's so much as let's say the niggas who did any real story. I have no opinion on them. You wanna know why? Because the people, if somebody has a real opinion on this, listen to Zeke, right?
Yeah.
On Preacher, right? They've showed their versions of what they can do already with the story. We've heard every version of what we've seen the Fed magazine, we've seen all this shit. We heard the stories already.
Yeah.
They've done their version of what I feel like 50 will be because he got the right type of money and influence. He might be able to get the closest version to the real story than all this shit combined that we heard. Yeah, I heard Preacher did this. I heard Preacher did this. You never seen Preacher do nothing. You might get 50 that might actually get Preacher himself.
You know what I'm saying?
So big shout outs to 50 or whoever else got the means to bring out these stories that they got the right intent.
Yes. Now another thing I want to ask you, what you the character that played Unique in the Caning 3. A couple of people have said that now hearing Unique story, they believe that might have been that character.
Yo, sorry, I just opened up my phone. I'm telling you, man, Google listen to everything we saying. Look at this. I just opened up my phone. The first thing I'm going to YouTube is Azie Faison claps back at YouTubers who mention him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I just opened my phone up so I could go to the comments and see what, you know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me? So I could interact. Why?
Yeah.
And this is the first thing that pop up.
Yeah.
Is my nigga, the Meth Lab, a year ago. A year ago. The title is
Only one Broadway musical has shown us what it means to have brains, heart, and courage.
Man, we can't play the music, bro. We can't play the music, bro.
Nah, it ain't no music on here.
But he's a part of Harlem history. He's a part of New York City history.
Big shout out to my nigga Big Twin. That's Big Twin. The Meth Lab. But look, what's so crazy is look, so this is a yearly thing for AZ.
Yeah, every year.
You know what I'm saying? So it ain't personal. It ain't personal.
It's business, baby.
You know look, he might listen. That's not the first time he said some shit about me. Ironically, that's when my story started jumping, and nobody was really talking about that. Nobody, you have YouTubers that was talking the story. I probably got one of the biggest stories when it comes down to that.
I ain't gonna front though. You, Kevin Childs, then me is the only people he's probably ever responded back to in this social media thing. But this might be the second time that he has responded back to you. You know what I'm saying?
This ain't the first time. Listen,
the first time was there, but
this is a 5-minute video. Can I play it?
I don't want to get zapped.
No, I'm gonna play the audio.
I just play the audio.
I just want to hear what remind myself what Twin was saying.
Bro was a public nuisance. Bro was a detriment to the community. You understand what I'm saying? People's always gonna remember you. You know what I'm saying? You made money out there and all that. You always gonna get mentioned, yo. No matter how spiritual you become, no matter how religious you become, you always gonna get mentioned. You know what I'm saying? You a major part of history in Harlem. You understand what I'm saying? But I want to talk about this. It's kind of a weird premonition that Alpo got hit on a Halloween night. Now, when Azie Faison was a kid, he had a divine intervention on a Halloween night. You see, his mother sent him to get some bread. You know what I'm saying? She was going to make some sandwiches for the family. So she sent him to the supermarket to get some bread. He was supposed to come right back, but he didn't come right back. He ended up outside for the next 5 hours in an unconscious state. He said God was actually leading him to a light. He seen a cross in the form of a sun on his back, and he was running from it, right? And mind you, he was running from it for 5 hours. So he was in an unconscious state for 5 hours of his life. You understand what I'm saying? Mind you, this was on Halloween. This was on a Halloween night. Just like Alpo got killed on a Halloween night. So the Halloween night thing is kind of famous. It kind of sticks out in Azie Faison's lifetime. You know what I mean? And what Azie Faison got to keep in mind is that people's going to remember you, right? For the good you do and the bad you do. Now, he took care of a lot of people. You understand what I'm saying? He fed a lot of people. He made sure money was in a lot of people's pockets out there in Harlem. You know what I'm saying? He took care of a lot of people out there, right? But he also did a lot of bad. You know what I'm saying? He messed up the community. You know what I'm saying? And he knows this and all that. So I don't even know, you know what I'm saying? I maybe not even should be saying this because this brother knows this already. He already know like the atrocities, the foul shit he put the hood through. You know what I'm saying? So people's always gonna remember you for that. And they definitely gonna remember you for the bad because y'all gotta remember he got the stigma of that he told on him. So, you know, people's always going to remember that. People think he told, you know what I'm saying? They say that his name is on paperwork and all that. You know what I'm saying? So people ain't never going to forget him, no matter how much he choose to change his life. Now, one thing I will agree with him on is that it do be a lot of YouTubers that be wilding. You know what I'm saying? The YouTubers be wilding. A lot of these dudes and all of that, they be making stories and all that, and content and stuff that they have no receipts on. You know what I'm saying? They do speak on stuff that they don't know about, as I spoke about before in past videos. You know, a lot of these dudes is wilding and all that. They, you know, these niggas is home all day on the computer and all that, bugging out. You know what I'm saying? They bugging.
Now, Big Twin, shout out to Big Twin. Big Twin, that's my son, right? And you gotta understand, there is YouTubers that was doing shit like that. You know what I'm saying? You know, like disrespecting, coming at niggas at a disrespectful like perspective, but not too many had big stories, and not too many people did Azie ever like really respond back to, except for a few of us. But I realized that it's the ones that come closest to the truth that he actually addresses. You understand me? He didn't come at Twin. You know what I'm saying? I could show you the strike on my channel. Matter of fact, look, check this out. Let's play the game right now. Let me put you on.
No. Don't play that one. Don't play the one.
No, I'm not gonna show you the video's gone. I'm gonna show you the actual, just the name of the video and of how I got struck and all that.
Who struck you though? But who hit you?
Bro.
That's crazy.
The last story that he did. Check it out. I'm gonna tell you exactly who did it, because I'm fighting it right now. But I'm gonna tell you on the side. I'm not gonna mention his name. I'm gonna show you the channel, the video, and why. Hold on. This is crazy, and this just happened. Yo, how long ago I did them stories? A year ago. You know what I'm saying? 2 years ago. I just got struck this week.
What?
I'm telling you right now, my nigga. You can share my look. I'm gonna show you something. I'm gonna show you the screen. I'm gonna just share the screen with you. It's crazy. This is crazy. I'm telling you, man. Niggas keep moving the goalposts, and now they want to take my channel. Niggas want to take my motherfucking channel over this goofy shit. I got you, but now you gotta think. I got other channels, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's just as lit as this motherfucker. I just don't got my name on it. I could easily just put my motherfucking name on it and send them to that channel. So it don't matter. I got a couple of channels.
That's crazy.
Let me show you this. Okay, dashboard. Boom. And guess who the other one was? Charleston White. But Charleston White told me he taking my shit off because he hit me up.
I guess.
So he said he taking my shit off. So me and Charleston ain't got no problems. You know what I'm saying? And all the shit I've been doing, like Anton Daniels, I know Anton Daniels personally, so I got permission to do this. But check this out. I don't cap, my nigga. Look at this. You see that I'm showing?
Add it up. Put it on.
I mean, if you can see it yourself, don't show it.
Yo,
you can see it?
Easy.
Look, Zeke. Look. You see what that says?
Hold on. Look it back.
Now look.
You that's crazy.
What day does it say I did that story, my nigga, please?
Let me see. Hold on 1 second. I gotta get this big.
I want to show the people so they won't think I'm capping, man. You can show it.
All right, show it. All right.
You can show it. Tell.
I got you. All right.
Boom. Right? What video is that?
Azie tells stories.
That's the person. This is the person that right?
Mm-hmm.
And look, how much content? 5 minutes content, right? Yeah. I can show you. I'm going to show you on the side exactly what, you know what I'm saying? Like what it is, right? And this is, look, content removed by the real Charleston White.
Yeah. Can you remember he's going? Yeah, he's tearing his head up. You know what I'm saying?
No, I was actually showing him love.
Oh,
he just went on live and just started clapping niggas.
That's what it was.
But yeah, but then I hit him up, you know what I'm saying? And then Anton told him who I was, so he said he's gonna take it off. So we gonna be
dope. That's dope, man. That's dope, man. You know what I'm saying? Yo, you know what? You know what, Mac, man? This is a dope bill. There's another bill tomorrow morning we're gonna have. You know what I'm saying? Because
I'm off tomorrow. I'm with this shit.
You with this shit? All right, tomorrow, 8 Midwest time, 8:20. I'm gonna be on time.
Who or what?
She made another one. This is gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting.
Okay.
This is interesting.
Did you reach out to Pat yet?
Yeah, I be hollering at it. You know what I'm saying? Everything is good. You know what I'm saying? You hear me?
Yeah.
That's why I'm not throwing no shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm keeping it peaceful. Everything is good, man.
I feel bad for her out of everybody because
everybody. That's why I'm not trying to. That's why I'm keeping it respectful and fuck him. But
and I got listen. I don't have.
And that's why I'm doing the well-versed thing. So she's breaking this down because there's been so many lies and fairy tales about these friendships and who's best friend, and I'm breaking it down so people that don't understand in the back. You know what I'm saying? You hear me?
Yeah. So look, I do want to say this, right? I felt like I understand and I don't understand the street niggas perspective when it comes down to Azie and what he did, right? Because you got some people that victimize him and some people say it come with the game. I'm one of those people that I don't really have no opinion, and once it started attacking me personally, I'm gonna have a personal nasty reaction back. But I've also been in situations, my nigga, I've had videos that did 250,000, 500,000 views, and I take the video down because the people's family reach out to me. My biggest videos, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I've taken down because with that attention comes a lot of opinions when it comes down to the sort of things that we talk about, Zeke. You gotta know this.
I'm doing this because somebody a couple of days ago, like, yo, she's telling her story on Vlad, and there's some other, there was something in the end where people was taking shots at the information she was putting out, what she was saying, and somebody said, Zeke, you got to be the one to break down the timelines.
I would have respected and a lot of other people if the ones that say that they want to change the people's mind or they want to do something good for people by telling these stories. Yeah. Where's the Donnell Porter Fund? You know what I mean? A fund that's dedicated to, you know what I'm saying, to victims. To victims, or you know what I'm saying, not just her brother, but people that was like her brother that lost their lives in this whole exchange that we had. Yes. You understand what I'm saying? So I would have had way more respect for a nigga to not do a record about the streets right after that, because we rocked with that mob style shit.
Yeah, mob style.
You know what I'm saying?
We rocked with and all that.
What's going on? What's going wrong? Knocking each other. Yo, listen, we used to play that shit HDM on the video music box. Ron Dude used to come through and be like, yo, next person I see play that shit, I'm gonna knock your fucking head off. Yeah. He hated niggas looking at that. This is in 89. This is in 1994. When that video was still going on video music box in 1994. And what was you hearing? Not that when you went to the record, the DL and all that shit was about hitting niggas, you know what I'm saying, robbing niggas and selling drugs, bro.
So that's the focus. This is what I'm doing. on this is we just got caught up in the AZ conversation, but it's a great conversation because we talked about the Valentine's Day murder, we talked about the era in New York in '86, New York Mets, what was going on in the streets, cases, people that court cases. So it's a conversation that brings back the time and people's lives. In 1986, what was going on in people's lives? I was 13 years old in 1986, you know what I'm saying? So I was well aware of what the fuck was going on around me in 1986, you know what I'm saying? At that time, I was writing graffiti and all that. You know what I'm saying? I was in the street robbing and booking, putting people in the chokehold, and that's what dudes did. That's what poor kids did. You know what I'm saying? I was writing graffiti with the PT 131 crew.
I was in Broadway and Junction too, like this nigga.
To come here,
at Coney Island.
You know what I'm saying? Yes. We was outside. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to like I said, the TW.
Strong Arm Robbery was crazy back then.
Graffiti. You know what I'm saying?
What was your first name? What was your graffiti name? My bad.
It was Key One, KEE1.
My shit was Spark One.
That was a van. And how we got cans was we used to rob people. This is what we did. We walked around 8 deep and we seen a victim and we'll grab them and we'll and
that was called. It was called catching herbs. It was called catching herbs.
You know what I'm saying?
Catching herbs.
At this time, we felt that it was more. It was easier money to sit on the corner hustling until dudes started going to Spofford. He said, "Man, fuck that."
I escaped out. I'm gonna bring the story. I escaped out of Spofford. Me and my co-defendant. We still locked in to this day. We gonna tell that story of how we got out. We escaped out of Spofford, nigga. All that strong, nigga. I used to go to the train station and break every light. You know what I'm saying? Like on the way to you, nigga. Nigga, like, oh man, yo, here, nah, you going to the train tracks too,
he
my nigga.
He escaped the Spofford and went 4 train stops up. You can't make this shit up. When he escaped from Spofford, it wasn't like he went to Florida. He went 5 chains.
I was the building that I was standing in. You can see it from Spofford.
Yep.
I was on Southern Boulevard at my co-defendant house, living and watching Spofford from the roof, smoking weed, nigga. You could have threw a rock from Spofford and where I was at, and they didn't even come looking for us. When I got caught, I escaped again, because when they finally caught me, they brought me to. They didn't bring you straight to Spofford. I had to go to 161st to the probation building first, and I jumped out the window in the probation building. I escaped out of there too, right? I jumped out the window. I was skinny as a motherfucker. 3 niggas were supposed to escape with me. I was the first nigga outside the bars, and then they chickened out on me. So I had to jump from the 3rd floor and the same building where Calderon got killed in front of to the new construction. Because remember the park and the movie theater, the mall was being made at that time.
Yeah.
So all they had was like a shell of what they was intending to do. I jumped on a concrete roof and escaped out that bitch.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So that time, that strong arm robbery time, that Spofford time and all that, yo, we just look at each other in each other's face and be like, yo, let's go catch some herbs.
Let's go catch some herbs. Yo, now mind you, I'm gonna tell you something. I used to live by the borderline of fighting. You can't make this shit up. It's good, but I know front. That wasn't my forte. I'm not gonna lie to you, party people. Maxine, I go with them on the script. I'm going downtown with these niggas. I'm with an Ecuadorian, 3 Puerto Ricans, names like Curra, Crazer, Wiggs, and a couple other niggas. Oh, it's crazy shit. Work on that nigga on the west side block of
I love your ass, Zeke.
It's like 90s shit or some shit like this. It's 2 brothers. The little brother started doing the electric boogie shit. Guess what that said, Mac mean? You can't make
what?
I feel sorry for the nigga. And told my man got the shit on the nigga head. He got the shit. Shit was. He got. You know how that shit comes. The weapon shit out. Whatever it was. I told my man, yo, why don't you get the money back? That nigga said, what? You know what I'm saying? That's when I realized that wasn't my forte after a while. Cause you rob a nigga with White Castles, right in Queens. We wasn't going to the Brook was a little dangerous. We will go to by Aviation High School to White Castles before we go to that shit by Bronxdale Projects. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's funny. HBO, but a Manhattan nigga won't go to the Bronx without a destination. What? Where?
Especially that White Castle on Webster.
Yeah, he can pulling up over there. But definitely, because back to the era, man. I'm pretty sure Azie's watching this, taking notes. I'm pretty sure that Pat's taking notes. You know what I'm saying, and I just like the fact that I'm able to break this down so that people understand that in '86, this is the flow we was in. 13 years old, we was mugging niggas. I say mugging. You say catching the herds, all the same shit.
You ever ran on top of a train?
Nah, I never did all that shit. I was you know what I'm saying? I'm scared. You know what I'm saying?
I was a graffiti writer for real, my nigga. I didn't risk my life.
See, my man's just hitting the trains. I was more or less a gate writer. By the time I started hitting gates and walls and everywhere I wanted. Key one is here. But my man's just doing that. My man spoke, Kilo on them. They was into it like Kilo, get busy. You know what I'm saying? I was a gate sticker nigga. Bomb. You know what I'm saying? But as crazy as it sound, Macmean, I met mad motherfuckers writing graffiti. I had to hit the sanitation trucks. You know what I'm saying? Right, because you had the sanitation by Metropolitan, like 99. Like
we used to go up to 205th to the train yard,
See?
and then right down the block. You gotta think right from where I'm from, 183rd. What we did, one of the things that we did was go to Roberto Clemente pool, right? And from my hood, you was able to go all the way down to where the water was at.
That's RPT, right?
Is that about yeah, Red Park's house, right? So you go by the water where the Metro North is at, and we would be able to walk the train tracks from Fordham all the way to River Park Towers, so we could sneak in through the back gate. So we used to walk the train tracks over there. You know what I'm saying? Damn, I'm high as a motherfucker. I forgot why.
We gonna do this tomorrow. This is dope because we can't give you everything on 24 hours.
Nah. You trying to end this? Nah. I got one more question before you end it.
Yeah. Get the question, man.
I do have a question for you.
Yes.
And I do have a statement too. I want to make it right now, right? Again, for niggas like not only you, AZ, but for niggas that's like you, right? That resurrect these stories and then get mad. You know what I'm saying? When people speak about them, right? If I ever offended anybody by things that I said, right? The option is always open to contact me. Again, we all got the same people. I don't need to tell you how to contact me, right? And if I offended anybody, I apologize. And that's my sincerest emotion. If I was to die tonight or tomorrow, you know what I'm saying? Just know that I'm not here to try to offend nobody or to open up no wounds for no fucking views. I ain't no fake gangster. I'm not no gangster, right? I lived some gangster shit. I did some foul shit. I survived it. Yeah. I did people so dirty that my version of who I am is about giving back and not continuing to hurt people. You know what I'm saying? So that's
hold on. Ron Brooks sees some terror named Pete. I know a Pete. He's like Puerto Rican with glasses. His brother name is IQ. You're talking about the same Pete. You know what I'm saying? He's from 97th Street and he's from 97th Street in Lexington Park. You're talking about the same Pete. He had glasses. Like Puerto Rican kid. And boom, let's rock.
Now, so when Cuba, salute Cuba. You know what I'm saying? I don't G-Mac, salute Kenny Mac. You know what I mean? Everybody that's up in this joint, man. People pulling up. Yes. Guy Van. Why do I know that name? Guy Van. No, I'm thinking about Ivan. My bad. And that's a whole nother story. Ivan. Salute to Ivan. So, because if you want to talk about preacher, you got to talk about Ivan. And Ivan, let me shout out to Ivan. I did 4 years with Ivan.
See?
Ivan. I used to
Harlem
I used to whoop Ivan ass and chest. That nigga made these sandwiches called scunion sandwiches. You know what the sandwich was made of? Mayonnaise, bread, and onions. I don't know what he did with it, but he made that shit taste good. I used to fuck Ivan up on chessboard. So he started getting nice. But anyway, not to get into Ivan. Ivan is from 149th, just like Preacher. Now, what I wanted to say was that if I offended anybody by my stories, I apologize, right? I do. And my question to you, that was my statement. You know what I'm saying? My question to you Zeke,
Right.
is how do we end this particular paid in full era story?
We ended with Pat telling her story, right? She's telling her version, her turn of events. We break this down to the time, what was going on in the time, and show that from the beginning to the end. One thing that she said, a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? One thing from the beginning to the end is she had a father in her life. So it wasn't like, okay, her mother might have got caught up in the streets a little bit, but dad was in their life. They had a real father in their life. So there's always been a man in her life. So she wasn't looking for fatherhood from Azie. She was just used to being spoiled. One thing I'm saying is that she's not glorifying the game. So that's how the story is. I'm not glorifying it. And
her energy. Like when I listen to Azie, I get entertainment. I'm like, but her energy, I get that pain. I get that. And I do want to say this.
The end result of the game.
I didn't fully. I was waiting for everything to come out with Pat because I wanted to give my own perspective of it, and I wanted to I wanted to listen to it. I wanted to listen to it. You know what I'm saying? Because to me, you know what? Story, like when you get the story from like a Pat or somebody that was affected like that, now you can close your eyes and think about your own situation again, and it reminds you of what you got to do. You know what I'm saying, in terms of paying back and also being conscious because we got voices out here. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of things I've said due to emotions that I wish I didn't say. You feel me?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna just say this. I apologize if I offended anybody, but just know this: I'm gonna offend you way more if y'all keep this fucking story going as you know what I mean? The lies part. You feel me?
But I think she's showing the pain. She's telling, and she's not glorifying it. She's just, okay, this is what was going on. This is what was going on, my brothers. And you can see that when she speaks, she tears up because, you know, how much money she had. She never said, yo, we was fucked up. She keeps saying in the beginning, I still had a father. Why you still living in the park before? It was 3 generations. I wanted to live there. I didn't have to live there. I wanted to stay there because it was 3 generations down, which I respect. I be sat in the projects where grandma had it, she passed it to mommy passed it to you. But she could have went anywhere in the world. These niggas get money. So Rich Porter's story isn't a story of a twisted family. The mother might have been caught up in the streets, but the father made sure the father was being a man in the situation. She said, yo, I was spoiled you all my life. My brother spoiled me, my father spoiled me. So A knew what he had to do. So it wasn't like she was a girl that was fucked up and then A saved the day. No. You know what I'm saying? A was in competition with Daddy and Rich.
I'm gonna open up a panel. You just let me know what time you be available later on.
Yeah,
if you want to pop out. But I do want to open up a panel, and I want to not continue to desensitize the situation because we do have a way where we say we get slogans. Like a lot of the real niggas is about 5%, right? And then there's like a lot of 95% of fake niggas and embellishment and shit like that, right? So when we say kill all rats and all this dumb shit, you know what I'm saying? It's really senseless as slogans at this point because when the last time you seen a nigga go to jail just for killing a rat? Nigga won't even kill a real rat in real life. They'll make their dog do it. You know what I'm saying? They'll make their cat do it. You know what I mean? But you won't even see a nigga kill a real rat and like taking a life is a special kind of thing.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's designed for a different type of fucked up type of motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
So Mac, we got some things. We gotta do the panel, hit me with the time. I got all day to 8 o'clock today. So hit me anytime when we jump in this open panel and we can get nuts. I got some more content tomorrow morning. Pull up. We're going to the year 1986. Right. Boom, 1986. This is where we was at. We got to 87. So we wasn't off course, people. We went from 86.
I'm gonna start this dialogue up with telling my case first.
Yes,
right?
yes.
Because this is one thing I've never told them. I've never told the people the names of the niggas that ratted on me. You know what I'm saying?
Never said that. You never said
I never exposed them, and they known niggas right now. You know what I'm
now,
saying?
before we go,
And they offered me money when I came home.
oh my God, you see some plays. Hell yeah, you want to
I went to trial, blue trial. I had the time. I could talk about all of this shit right now. See, but there's an adult part of me, like right now, where I'm at mentally as an adult, where I feel like I could tell these stories without targeting them.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not mad at them. You know what I'm saying? I don't hold that. You know what I mean? Like I think that there will be more closure involved with me just by talking about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. So
You know
so definitely. We gotta do this later on. We're gonna talk. We're gonna touch on that, and then tomorrow I got something else I'm doing in the morning, around 8:20. It's very interesting. Some things that was said, and we're gonna do this tomorrow. Mac, telling people later on we're gonna do this. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna share this fucking shit soon as I get off of this shit.
Shout out to the people, man. Definitely shout out to Port. You know what I'm saying? You know, no Pat Porter. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what DVD she was on. I'm going for what she's saying right now.
I got Pat back. You know what I'm saying?
I'm with Pat.
You know,
with Pat on this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got Pat back.
I got Pat. You good money. You know what I'm saying? You're being very well versed. You know what I'm saying? Very well versed. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think this is Azie. Yo, say it like this, say it like that. This is her. She knows two people in the situation.
I'm not even mad at Azie because you got to think about it, right? What's people's education level, right? What think about where niggas come from, and then also think about this, right? Yes. Like what's like purpose? What is the purpose at this point? Like what's your purpose? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I feel like there's still more pain and closure that you know that Pat has to deal with in particular. But as far as being the victim and closure for Azie, I feel like
she ain't trying to close for his ass. I think he's looking for that, whatever she say, but it's actually giving her closure.
She's
telling her story about her brothers, her upbringing, and what I'm getting so far was she wasn't a lost child in the streets.
That's because we love Harlem on Bugs.
Exactly, we love Harlem. She wasn't a lost child in the streets.
I'm about to step down. So I'm about to step down. I'll tell you when we're gonna go live and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Is that you?
Feel me? That's me. That's me. I'm about to answer it.
I'm like, yo, what the? No, I'm saying definitely.
Hold on. I'm on live. Hold on.
We're gonna do this later. This later. I love you, man.
I love you back, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Salute.
I think it was a dope live, a lot of information. We fed off for the post you wrote. We spoke on that, but this show is actually about Pat Porter. Shout out to Vlad for not striking my page yet for using any of his content. I like that. You know what I'm saying? She's saying her side of the story, and I'm digging it. And even in with the clip I'm about to play, because this is why I did the show, because of Pat Porter. And it turned sort of into an AZ show, but we have to go back to Pat. Shout out to Mac Mean in the building. You heard? Shout out to the BX when he did that whole Bronx, the whole West Side Bronx when he did Andrews. You know what I'm saying? Burnside, that Concourse, that Davidson, that you know what I'm saying? You know those side blocks. Then we shout out to High Bridge, can't be High Bridge. This is dope, man. Definitely Pat. You telling your story. This is the Pat Porter story, and I'm gonna salute that, man. This is Pat Porter's story. This isn't a Rich Porter story. This is a Pat Porter. It's an AZ story. This is Pat telling her story. And again, let me get to the get down. Hold on. Okay, it was yesterday. It goes Pat Porter or Rich Porter getting out of prison. Rich selling drugs with Azie and Alpo. Definitely salute to Pat Porter, man.
Discover online privacy protection.
Okay. Okay. So then in 1986, Rich gets out of prison. What was that homecoming like?
Everybody happy. Everybody happy. Rich is finally home. Thank God he survived jail. Like, because I know that had to be hard for him. He wasn't nobody used to being in prison. So I know that was hard for him as well as anybody that loved him. And he got home.
I'm going to stop this right now. Corey McCleavy. The difference between this, her telling her story now and before is she did it in other people's I got you. She did it in other content. The game is over. That was about Rich Porter, her brother, Alpo, Azie, and the rest of the streets. So when you heard her speak, nobody really listened. Because the only thing we cared about was Alpo's equal to brother. That's the only thing we cared about here, right? Okay, another DVD she was on. Most likely it was another game is over type of narrative where she tells her story. But her story is being washed down by, yo, Rich had 30 cars and your brother and AZ and Alpo, DC, Wayne Perry. But now it's the straight Pat Porter story. Now we get to hear Pat Porter. It's okay. It's all right. Now we got the time to listen to the facts. Now it's not being overshadowed by a guy that she's on a DVD, and in that same DVD, a man saying he murdered her brother. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you do have to go back to the press, go back into the history, and then we get to hear it clearly. And again, Alpo wasn't around in 86. Yes, Urban Articles NYC. That's all it is. And by me being outside around that time, I'm able to break down what's going on during those timelines, and everything makes sense. It's not about some things that take speculation when you're outside. You understand what I'm saying, Corey? McCleavy? Clever? You know what I'm saying? I'm being, you ain't saying nothing wrong. I'm just answering what you ask the question, and I'm able to answer it. And you can still say, I don't care about that. She said it 1,000 times. My job ain't to convince you. My job is just to respond in a respectful manner. That's what my job was. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Salute to you. I appreciate that you actually wrote a comment. You know what I'm saying? I'm just answering it in the best way I could. You know what I'm saying? Definitely salute the dog souls. Definitely salute my man AD out there. You know, check him out. Right.
Well, after he got out, Rich introduced Alpo to Azie. So how did Rich know Alpo?
He probably I don't really know how they met, but just knowing how he is, he probably brought himself to know him. Like, introduced himself, like, came through on his own, like, knowing who Richard was, knowing how Richard was. He probably just made a way for himself. That's what I believe.
Okay, and you knew Alpo during that time?
Yeah.
But you didn't think much of him?
Well, I could say I don't want to say I knew him. I had met him, and we knew one another, but no, I didn't.
Okay. You say he'd be disrespectful to women and that kind of thing.
Yeah,
so
that's what I didn't like.
So it kind of turned you off.
Yeah.
And at that time, I don't know about now, and I believe her, she really didn't know Alpo. See, we would assume that, because he was with no. Most men didn't have their wives around their partners like that. Most men didn't have any dude around their girl like that. That was the no-go definitely back then. That was definitely so. Anything that she knew about Alpo was either females or people telling, "Yo, guess what Alpo did in the club?" So she said about being disrespectful in the club because he was putting females on these videos showing he had sex with them. Then who knows what he was doing in the street, slapping, disrespecting, yelling, screaming, being the way he was. She's hearing this. Remember, her job is Azie's my man. So it would make sense if she ain't bagging up or she ain't delivering packs to nobody. The only thing she knows about Alpo technically is whatever Rich may have said, ear hustling, or her homegirl said, or homeboys or cousins. But that really wasn't her people's. Now you get it? So now it goes back to, because she just said it, like, yo, I really ain't fucking like that. I don't know what this man was doing. Like, her words. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't a big party thing where everybody get together, they all together. I'm pretty sure they did have get-togethers, but I'm pretty sure at every get-together, it wasn't one big happy family. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't going on back in the days. Nobody had their wives with their mans. Where I was at in New York, I ain't see that. Did some of y'all see that? I mean, I didn't see that. Dudes was not having their girls around their niggas all day. Around the dudes all day. That just wasn't an end thing. But this live was went for 2 hours and 35 minutes. There's more content coming out tomorrow. She's dropped another video on Vlad in '86. New York Mets won 1986 World Series. It was the game changed drug addiction. Darryl Strawberry popped up missing. Dwight Gooden and Keith Hernandez. And the coast of other Mets was at a cocaine party. You know what I'm saying? Somewhere. It was in the New York Mets. Google this shit. 1986 New York Mets. I went to a couple of Met games with my man Taser One. My man Taser One. Some of you know him as Jay Quest now. Dudes are not a girl. So her saying like, I really didn't know Poe like that. Like y'all, like people act like it was one big happy family. It wasn't like that. It wasn't like, yo, Poe, maybe at wifey house. Dudes wasn't doing that. Dudes kept their wives sacred. That was a sacred thing. Wifey come through, yo, you in the car, she might see something, yo, what's up with him? He ain't sitting around talking about Poe the wifey. He ain't talking about, yo, he ain't pillow talking to wifey about Poe. That's why she only know what was said. She might have caught on the eavesdrop, but she knew. But Poe was doing a lot of things. He was going viral with the takes with those girls in the club, at the rooftop per se, and probably who knows a host of other shit he was doing, putting takes. So look, I was fucking such and such sister. But with that being said, gotta let Poe rest in peace. Definitely, Pat, keep giving us the information, man. You know, we here for you. You know what I'm saying? We here for you. Rest in peace, Darnell. Rest in peace, Rich. You know what I'm saying? I understand. I got 2 brothers that passed away. I understand the pain. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You're telling the message of somebody who's not taking with no excuses. You said it off right. There's no excuses, Pat. You said, yo, I wasn't fucked up. My pops was in my life. I was spoiled. You ain't walking through the door as a victim, and you're not gonna be a victim. Your story is different from Azie's story because you're Pat Porter, the real paid in full. Shout out to Spanish Harlem. I gotta end it. Shout out to East Harlem. Shout out to PT-131 crew, TWB, SDS, Money Tree, Carver Mob, East Army, Jeff Mob, Eastside Lynch Mob, Floorboards, 117 from Lex, Johan, and them. 7th Street, Rush Mob, LBC, High Post crew, TWB crew, my 357 niggas, my man Mike Sustack, Sean Sustack, everybody went to Wagner Junior High School. You know the 2 Desperados, Sun Spoon, my man Janito. It was poppin'. Yeah, we here. Got my man 5-footer, host of the year. You heard? We here. Definitely shout out to my projects. Rest in peace, Tone Lopez. Sugar. Rest in peace, Superman. Hill Ho crew, 100th Street, Lexington Avenue, 100th Street, and Lex, them niggas, the TRC crew, Dead Ain't Kids, 1st Street, FTW, FEB, yo, Mad Jack was popping. I know you watching, it was popping. Yo, Pat, we here. This my man, Sugar Hill Fats, Tracy Crawford. With that being said, I love you, wifey, Southern Belle, West Side St. Louis, salute.